Wow, it just occurred to me I neglected to do the Discord post. Oh no! Vitally important. Maybe an experiment one day to see how many people show up if I don't post on Discord. Miles. Well, Art showed up at least. Is he worth the edge? Yes. And then the link to the stream. There we go. Gotta keep it spicy. Gotta switch up the process. I need to make coffee. Boy, if I was on this coffee kick, Arg with 125 stream streak. Oh my god! Thank you, sir. If I was on this coffee kick for the third Ace Attorney game, that would have actually made sense. But you know, what do you know? I'm in my coffee stage of life years later. I don't even know when I last played that game. Anyway, we are in the beginning of case 4. The one back in time with young Mr. Edgeworth. This was supposed to be his first ever case. But the people involved in it were killed before it, like, fully came to trial, so... I guess that does seem kind of strange, huh? Why would Mr. Faraday know how to fire a gun? I mean, but that's the strange part? It's not exactly rocket science, even I know how to pull a trigger. Although I doubt I'll ever need to use one. What's our case this time? We were going to take over a generous stream and a consistent schedule. True. Sure, a couple people show up. Well, yes, but, you know, if I don't do the Discord thing, it might slip their mind. This was going to be Edgeworth's first case, but the prosecutor we were going to substitute for, because he was implicated by the witness, is the man laying on top there. That's Mr. Faraday. Kay's dad, if you couldn't tell by the last name. And the guy beneath him is, if I'm not mistaken, the incredibly cleverly named Macrell. Sorry, I thought it was this guy, Dead Man. We've also got Manny Cochin, young Francesca, who's adorable, and Tyrell Bad. Oh, and Callisto Yu. And of course, Manfred von Carmel. Look at those brows. Damn. Age 60. And the Yagersu. Oh, and there's young Kay. Girl with a balloon. Well done. Manfred's here. He's not here for very long, but, you know, if you're gonna do a back-in-time case, be silly to not use him. I hope I never have to fire a gun either, pal. Oh, that's right. Edgeworth and Gumshoe don't know each other at this point. But it sure looks cool. It sure does look cool to hold a gun in your hand. It appears police's screening procedures need a thorough review. Anyway, I should jot down some notes about the handgun in Mr. Faraday's hand. A bag of blood! That's not where that's supposed to be. It seems to be a murder-suicide before it went to court. Well, it seems a double murder, because this guy's got a bloody knife, and this guy's got a gun. So the idea is that, I guess, this guy grabbed the knife, stabbed him, he took the gun and shot him, Macrell fell over, and this guy, Faraday on top, succumbed to his knife wound and fell on top of Macrell here. Started Dredge. Dredge is a fun one. I got all the achievements in that. And, both DLCs? Yes, there's the ice one and the oil rig one. Which, despite the time it came out, is not a tie-in with Still Wakes the Deep. Though, would have been cool. You got 2 cases left. We're near the end. Sort of. Case 5 is infamous because it goes on forever. It is one of the longest in the entire series, and I'm not even kidding. It, like, rivals Rise from the Ashes, but it's only, like, a quarter as good, if I'm being generous. Just because the pacing is so fuck awful. You'll see what I mean, but this is one of the worst Edgeworth games. This is one of the worst games in the Ace Attorney. Their next one, Edgeworth 2, one of the best. It's crazy what a turnaround. What's the longest case period? I think the finale of the 3rd game, the one that's meant to be like the finale to the entire series with the mountain and everything. Is case for long? This one? No, this is a fairly short one. Mr. Rell, looks like Mr. Well died with the knife in his hand. There's some blood stuck on it. That's not how you would describe that situation. Ah, the blood is stuck on the knife. What? No. Then he must have used it as a weapon. Yep, no doubt about it. Was Mr. Faraday carrying this on his personage? Did he bring this as a piece of evidence for the trial? Or did he bring it with a very different intention in mind? I should jot down some notes about it. Faraday brought this as evidence. It was found in Rel's hand. Alright, the bag of blood that appears to be missing something. Case 5 is Spirit just this long. That one's quite long, too. Ahem. Why are there plastic bags scattered all around? Those bags are for keeping it. I got those voices entirely wrong. Those bags are for keeping evidence safe, pal. I know that much, Detective. You're good at this stuff, aren't you, pal? How old is Gumshoe for this? How old's Gummy? 26! The man is younger than me. Oh, I know this is in the past, but it hurts that he's younger than me and looks like that. Oh, he's such a grown-ass man. What do you mean? I'm so old. Miracle Gummy became a cop in the first place. The fan theory is nepotism. Like he knows a guy. The fan theory is that the judge is his dad, and then he hooked him up. They're both idiots, so why not? Normally I'd be happy when someone compliments me, but not when it's this guy. Anyway, could these plastic bags be evidence of a fight between the two men? Wait, what? Yeah, there's a fan theory that Gumshoe is the judge's son, and it's just never been addressed. The judge got him a job with the police. And it's like, yeah, well, they're both stupid. It's more of a joke than anything else. I don't think it's a legit theory. I don't think it's a legit theory. It's just a funny goof theory. His hand is all black down here, see? I wonder what it could be. Ah, he does have smudged schmutz on his hand there. If you look closely, the blotching pattern resembles an ink stain. An ink stain? Yes, I usually get ink on my hand when I use my feather pen. God, you would fucking use a feather pen, you twat. A feather pen? I've never seen one before. Sure you are just making it up, pal. Mr. Rel's cause of death was from being shot, correct? I mean, we don't know that yet, but that's what we think. It's hard to tell with him lying face down. Death is bad enough. It's truly lamentable that someone would try and hide the truth. I mean, I guess, but like, I'm not sure falling down is really the same as hiding the truth. He just fell, man. Are you sure they were trying to hide something? Yeah, I'm kind of with Gumshoe on that one. I agree with you in theory, but I'm not sure this is a disgusting cover-up. I can't confirm Mr. Rel's cause of death with his body position like that. Detective Bad, I'd like to examine the bodies in further detail, if possible. That's it. You're not about to form a theory with them the way they are. I believe an examination of the bodies is vital to finding the perfect evidence, don't you? Maybe gunpowder residue? Well, it says ink, so I'm just going to assume it's ink until further evidence would suggest otherwise. Odd place for gunpowder residue, true. I suppose you two have a point. Well, hurry up and get on with it. Labby. Yes, sir. We've taken enough photos of the scene, sir. And there you have it. Do you not approve? Of course not. What? Investigating a crime scene's the work of a detective, so don't touch a thing. He's not wrong. Hey, big fella, turn over the bodies for me, will ya? Okay. Okay, please forgive me, Mr. Faraday, sir. Gumshoe, do not get emotionally involved. Remember, you're a detective. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Probably want forensics here first, but you know, whatever. Yeah, I mean, it looks like he stabbed him, grabbed the gun and shot him, died from the bullet, and then died from the knife. More or less tracks. Clover? My voice cracked. Clover, hello. Great news, Clover. I'm finally going through puberty, thus the voice. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Can be related to the Canadian judge as well. The judge's brother. Absolutely. Love that guy. Not in enough games. Nice scarf. Mr. Faraday, how ironic is it for him to lose his life in a courthouse? I don't think that's ironic, Edgeworth.
Yeah, why did it have to be like this? I don't know what to say. I can't believe this happened while I was on watch, pal.
Rather than beating yourself up, you should spend your time continuing the investigation. Didn't you become a detective in order to solve crimes?
Yeah.
Then get back to work. Find out the cause of this murder.
Right, I'm on it, pal.
He has a pen. There's something in his breast pocket. Token's going through puberty. So many ads. I'm sorry, Penguin. You're used to being subbed and not seeing the ads. That's the minimum amount of ads I can have and, like, actually make money on these. It's Nathan! A pen gun? Ah. No, it's Penguin. That's who's in the chat right now. Fountain pen found in pocket has especially nice nib. A little personal there, but okay. Nepotism's better explanation than most for why he's a cop, man. Love James Bond. Oh yeah, they're doing a new James Bond, aren't they? And the guys that do Hitman are doing a James Bond game, which I'll wait for the reviews on. I like Hitman. James Bond's alright. We'll see if that one's... That's the thing. I think it's just gonna be another Hitman game, but with James Bond skins, and like... That's fine. I like Hitman, but like... I don't know. I'm kind of hoping for something a little more. Maybe they will. Maybe I'm a pessimist. Maybe they'll deliver.
Hey, you know, I always keep a pencil behind my ear. It's because Detective Bad is always telling me you should always write your name on everything you own.
Yes. Somehow you do strike me as quite a forgetful individual. Touche. Mr. Faraday is holding a gun in his right hand.
That's the one Mr. Well got blown away by. Wait.
He's right there, Gumshoe. I don't suppose it says if he's left-handed or not. Stabbed to death? No. Incident. Gumshoe's testimony. That's it for the testimony. In the hall on guard duty, other than gunshot, didn't hear a struggle. Alright, so what's the... Okay, this is it, huh? Wait a minute, the victim was CCU? Any relation, Callisto? That's a motive right there. What do you mean? Lawyer of embassy staff killing defendant. Rel. Wait, you were defending the guy who's now dead? Wait a minute. Who was accused of killing your sister? Hold on, that can't be right. Found not guilty. Oh no, I guess this guy was found not guilty and the victim was her. Well then. Still, that's a little bit sus.
Labby, you're right, sir.
Yes, sir. We found the ballistic markings do match the gun.
Oh, ballistic markings are
the figurative fingerprints a gun leaves on a bullet when fired. Every gun leaves its own unique ballistic marking. Therefore, by looking at the marking on a bullet, you can tell which gun it came from.
Yeah, that's it. Of course I already knew all about that, pal.
Maybe you're better off going back to the academy.
Come on, sir, cut me some slack, will ya?
So the bullet was fired from this gun is what felled Mr. Rel. It's awful convenient that guns do that, right? Like, why do they give that unique marking? Is that a intentional design feature, or is that, like, a happy accident? Because, like, in my brain, a gun is just, like, a metal tube, right? I don't know much about guns. It's just a metal tube the bullet goes down. The hammer hits the ignition thing, the ignition pin, whatever. Explosion, bullet fired out of tube. What is it about that gives it a unique profile? It looks like Mr. Faraday was stabbed with this knife that Mr. Rel is holding.
Youch!
What's wrong, detective?
My stomach started hurting just from thinking about being stabbed.
Just keep your mind on the case, alright? Bond's supposed to be a spy law stealth aspects 8-man games. True. James Bond's about as good as jobs as gummy. That's harsh for Bond. Don't get me wrong, Bond is constantly being caught and telling people that he is a spy, which is bad for spies. You don't want to do that. But that's also sort of like the charm of him. He charismas his way out of those and seduces his way. Like, he seduces the guns out of the hands of the people trying to kill him. He just waxes his mustache at them and the guns drop their knickers and all of a sudden they're cocked for a different reason, if you know what I mean. Can you kill someone with a pen if you try hard enough, I imagine?
There's a knife wound in his chest here, see?
I wonder if the wound matches the knife Mr. Rem is holding.
Labby.
Yes, sir, verifying now. Make it quick. From the look of things, one could deduce the knife Mr. Rem was holding is what killed Mr. Faraday. Alright, so we'll get back to that. Shot in the chest.
It takes some guts to fire a gun in a courthouse. I mean, I've been a detective for a whole week and I still haven't fired a single wound yet.
Wow, he is really fresh on the job, huh? Not any burn marks on his clothes, that must mean. Wait, burn marks? A round grows very hot when it's discharged from a firearm. Therefore, burn marks are usually left when a shot is fired at point-blank range. There you go, Mr. Ellish shot from at least a yard or two away. I imagine the bullet's quite hot coming out of the gun, too, so... That said, it's probably not the heat that people were worried about.
You sure do know a bunch of neat stuff for your age, pal.
Apparently, this detective has as much in common with knowledge as your everyday marsupial. God, I forgot that was his outfit. Let us now try to understand how the two men died. First, Mr. Faraday took the gun and the knife out from today's trial evidence. Then he aimed the gun at Mr. Rell and fired. However, Mr. Rell managed to grab the knife and counter Mr. Faraday while being shot. Then the two men fell together where they stood. That is my theory in any case.
What a crazy way to go.
Right there, anatomically savvy and knew such place for a strike. Yeah, I mean, listen. If you're strong enough and the pen is sharp enough, you just jam it in their throat and that'll do it, right? Put it in their eye. The human body has some vulnerable places. You say, can you kill somebody with X? The answer is probably yes, if you just hit him with it hard enough. Now, a pen to the eye won't kill you. You gotta really jam it in there, but, you know. It's certainly possible in-game. Still, something about the explanation just doesn't seem right. Shove it down their windpipe? True. That's the other one, have them choke on it. You like Gumshoe's brown suit? Fun fact, definitely the same coat, he's just never washed it because he can't afford a new one or a laundromat. That's not a fact, I just made that up, but I like the idea. I believe we have a firmer grasp on what happened here. Can I no longer... Already checked, okay. A tea set. There are some plastic bags stacked up on the table. And there's a tea set too, but there doesn't seem to be any signs of a disturbance.
Yeah, the table's all neat and tidy.
Oh yeah, I should look at my logic. I keep forgetting I have that.
Maybe they were super quiet in their scuffle. After all, I didn't hear anything from out in the hallway, you know.
Maybe the plastic bag scoured them before throwing us off. Ah, neat and tidy table, an ink stain, a fountain pen in the pocket, plastic bag strewn about. Well, that's probably the ink stain in the pen, right? Doesn't he make pennies a day? Yeah, his salary ain't great. A grand meal for him would be like a frozen Hungry Man dinner. This man lives off an instant noodle. Didn't read that at all. Ahem. That splotch on Mr. Faraday's hand. I wonder if it might be ink from his fountain pen.
Ooh, let's ask the lab guy.
Detective Gumshoe, I confirm the substance on Faraday's hand is ink from his fountain pen.
I see. Good work. Ah, you know, I always wanted to say that, even if it was just one time in my life.
Oh, Gumshoe, you make us all so sad. Killed him hitting correctly in the heart or the head. Surely a pen will do the job as well. Yeah, exactly. Mr. Faraday wrote in his fountain pen in his left hand. I think it's fair to assume he was left-handed. It appears Mr. Faraday's pen is very important to our case as well.
Okay, if you say so, pal.
Yeah, that is a thing. My dad's left-handed, and he would complain that, like, when you would write something, because you write, at least in the U.S., from left to right across a page, his hand would just, like, get in the way of what he just wrote, and block the lettering so he couldn't, like, look back and read what he was seeing. Very annoying. Neat, tidy table, plastic bags strewn about. That is interesting. They could be connected. There's a very tidy pile of plastic bags on the table, and yet a portion of them wound up scattered on the floor as well. It's not likely the ones on the floor were knocked over during a struggle, in which case, might there not be another explanation of how they got there? Another reason? I believe it's possible the blood on the outside of this bag is related somehow.
Ah, get the blood away from me, pal.
Detective Gumshoe, whose blood is on this bag?
Hold on. Let me ask the lab guy.
Alright, please hurry. Is that gonna be 2 cases in a row where they're like, but you see, he was actually left-handed? Because they did that with Lance in the last case.
Where do you get a load of this, pal? It's Mr. Faraday. Oh, and the technician said they didn't find anything else on or in the bag either.
It would appear this bag is a very important piece of evidence. Boy, they get lab results quick in this universe.
Okay, if you say so. I leave it in your hands, pal.
Has Faraday's blood on it. What's this mysterious black bag?
There's some stuff in the bag, pal.
I suppose this is Faraday's bag. It's probably the trial evidence I was supposed to collect from him.
This is the evidence? I better not touch it. I'll leave prints on it.
Do you just not pay attention to anything you do?
Whoa!
What is it, Detective Gumshoe?
My TV at home is so tiny compared to this one, pal.
And perhaps you should purchase a more normal-sized television like this one. Is that normal, Edgeworth? That seems kind of big.
Oh, let me see here. Wow, this thing is huge. Ah! And way too noisy.
You're the noisy one, Scruffy.
Don't touch it. You'll get your fingerprints all over it. But I didn't. Preservation of the crime scene is foundational detective work.
The Foundation sounds like something a rookie here needs to shore up on. All European languages are written right to left. Yeah, but not all languages are. Given Americans use European languages, it'd be weird if y'all wrote left, not left to right. I mean, yeah, but like, not all languages do, so that's why I clarified. You also have to remember this game's originally Japanese, where they do in fact write right to left. And assuming that, you know, right hand is the predominant one, they probably flipped this case so that the hands could be different. Game takes place in the 2000s. TV seems high-tech for the period. The aughts, rather. Oh god, when was this case? The first Ace Attorney game is like 2015, I think? Not when it was released, that was canonically when it, like, happened. It's like 2015. Francesca showed up in the second one, which was 2016, and she is 18. So in 2016, she's 18, so 5 years ago, 2011 seems like when this case took place. I think. The window is open and, there's a fresh flowery scent in the air.
Oh, the flowers in the garden down there are so gross and ghastly.
Is that so? You think maybe you could try offering something useful for a change?
Well, at least there's no way someone escaped through the window, pal. They wouldn't wake up and smell the flowers after a fall from the 3rd floor.
Are you willfully ignoring the fact that there are
also iron bars on the window? Yeah, I guess there's that too. Either way, no one can get through these windows, right?
They thought of everything when they were designing the courthouse. Very nice.
I guess there's not much left to investigate, huh? They really did kill each other.
No, we can't conclude that quite yet. TV seems high-tech for the time. Not quite sure it's normal. Maybe not high-tech. Plasma was right. Was kind of kicking off around 2011. It definitely is bigger than, like, a normal TV would be, though. Ahem. There's still something I find very peculiar here. The theory that they simply killed one another is too simplistic in this case. In fact, there's actually a contradiction that shows another possibility. 80 stream streak from Jeppo. You'll love to see it. Get those free channel points for that streak so you can request your games. On my real birthday, reminder, fake birthday coming up. Game requests will be twice as expensive with no extra benefit. That's it. That's what you get for giving me a fake birthday. Game requests are twice as expensive. I do have a fun stream planned for that day. It will, of course, interrupt what we have normally scheduled for that day, so put that in the back there. But yeah, I've got a fun stream scheduled. I need to reconfirm some things, actually. We're coming up on that, so. Anyway. Any hints? Special guest is the hint I'll give.
No way, pal. Really?
I suppose I would just have to show you the contradiction in this crime scene. Won't rest until yeah, okay, well, I mean, he's left-handed, right? So, it's the gun in the right hand. Is it Kaida? No. Kaida's a very special guest, don't get me wrong, but she is not the special guest. Yards away. Sure, is it not that he's left-handed? By the left-handed Faraday. You couldn't, like, have a piece of paper that tells me that. It's gotta be this fucking thing. The left-handed Faraday. If I'm streaming a game that's just an elaborate shitpost for your fake birthday. No, there's a legit stream happening. It's gonna be a real game. I'm hoping I can regularly do it and make it like a series, but it is sort of up to this special guest's schedule, so. It seems Mr. Faraday was in the habit of using very nice fountain pens.
That's total opposite of me. I don't get these things at all.
Well, I think the pencil behind your nose suits you just fine.
Really? You think so, pal? Man, I knew it was worth something.
That wasn't exactly a compliment, detective. Fountain pens are fun and all. Hard to beat, in my opinion, a clicky one, though. A good, solid, like, weighted clicky one. Is a guess we know well. It is somebody who has been in the chat before, yes. This looks like a quality nib.
Yeah, let me test it, pal. Ooh, this is Willy. Ah, I got ink all over my hand.
Detective Gumshoe, don't
Never play with evidence like that again.
I mean, even if you... What do you think about that, chat, huh? That pen close enough for you? Even if you guess it, I'm not going to say. But, yeah, you're free to speculate. But you'll find out on my fake birthday. It's not Nathan because he's been skipping. He's been on the stream before. We've played, Pokemon Stadium. It could be you! Yes, it could be Jeppo, everyone. You're fond of fountain pens yourself, to be honest. Like the proper ones where you have to, like, pull the lever back and fill the ink cartridge. Because that's old school art. Or do you just like the ones that are styled fountain pen? Oh, yeah, sorry. The evidence. Oh, well, it would be the... No, it's the gun, not the evidence. Yakuza 5 all Shinada. How would that work? Is that a mod? It could be a mod, I guess. Eureka! Now we come face to face with the contradiction I spoke of, and it is this! Mr. Faraday used his left hand to write with his fountain pen. Ergo, he is left-handed. And yet, the handgun is in his right hand. I mean, it's not unheard of. There are people that are right-handed and prefer to bat baseball left-handed, and vice versa. There's lefty baseball players that prefer to bat right-handed. Not styled one to actual old-school pens? Damn, that is old-school art. We just play Shinada's part. The worst part of Yakuza 5? I'd rather not. Well, nope, that's not fair. The worst part of Yakuza 5 is the virtual reality prison. Fucking... I'm blanking on his name. Saejima. Saejima's chapter is the worst part of 5, and it's not even close. Yeah, Saejima. Like, man, Shinada I don't like, but I get it's just not for me. There are people that like it. Saejima got done dirty in Yakuza 5. That bit sucks. That part sucks ass. The handgun is in his right hand. Don't you find it odd that a left-handed Mr. Faraday would hold the gun in his right hand? That, lady and gentlemen, correct. Is the great contradiction haunting this crime scene? He got buffed in skills, though. He's broken in 5. I mean, yeah, in, like, the arena and the chapters where it actually matters, but... Fuck, man. Those first 2 chapters where you're in jail and then you're in the woods, holy shit, they're bad.
Why, pal, that does seem kind of strange. But how could something like that happen?
And the fact stands up to one conclusion and one alone. Someone else put the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand after he died.
Someone else?
Plastic bags scattered on the floor and a gun in the wrong hand. I sense the presence of a shadowy figure behind this case. You know, it is possible. Hear me out. It is possible. He was just, like, doing something. Mackerel came up and stabbed him. He's holding the knife, stabbed him, I guess. He, with the knife in his chest, went, ah! Sort of, like, leaned back on the table, looked over, saw the gun to his right, grabbed it with his non-dominant hand and shot him. Like, that's not impossible. Like, I'm right-handed. If I get stabbed and there's a gun to my left, I'm not gonna go, well, I can't grab that. I'm right-handed. I'm gonna grab the fucking gun and try and clumsily shoot this man. What I'm saying is this isn't out of the realm of possibility. What's happened here? A person of vile intent who is serious about keeping the truth from us. Yay. I agree. Yeah. Here's the autopsy report. It is probable that Mr. Israel survived for a short time after he was shot. Interesting. He's the one on the ground first. However, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously from his stabbing. Interesting. Oh. Well, that's an issue. If he died instantaneously, that means he shot Rel and then Rel stabbed him. And then Rel fell and died, and then the guy who died instantly fell on top of him? That can't be right. Yeah, that was how we found them. Okay, well. Yeah, that's how we found them. That can't be right. Why are we in the past anyway? Oh, this is when Edgeworth first met Kay. We're flashing back. There are a bunch of reasons for why Shinada might have held the gun in his right hand. The reason Token mentioned, after he got attacked, Air fucking rushed to defend himself, grabbed the gun by a non-dominant hand. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of options here. I do love the detail that 13-year-old Francesca doesn't have a whip, she has a riding crop. We were talking about Shinada, Jeppo, I think R just said that. He means Faraday. Was it Burn Faraday? Byron? Byron. Bjorn? Mr. Faraday. It looks like we now know everything we need to know about this case. Are you sure we know everything? Of course. The incident began with Mr. Faraday attempting to get his revenge. The prosecutor went into a rage from being accused and tried to kill the defendant. That's a wild overreaction. The defendant fought back and they ended up killing each other. Nice curtsy. It's all very clear and simple, so absolutely no margin for doubt. Do you really believe that to be the truth? Ha! Are you saying that just because I figured out the truth before you? That you don't want to believe it's true? Young Francesca is freaking adorable. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Young Francesca's adorable. All the characters, when they're portrayed as young, are adorable. Young Phoenix and Edgeworth and Larry in the first game. Pearl's adorable. Young Maya and Mia in the flashback. Even Edgeworth here is adorable. She's adorable. Young Kay is adorable. Trucy's adorable. All the young characters are adorable. The art style is so good in these games. Use Shinada as a placeholder for one of the dead bozos. I think there is a Shinada somewhere in Ace Attorney. It's alright if you disagree with my arguments and prove me wrong. Then, if there are any contradictions to be found, that is. Don't worry, I will. Showdown. Mr. Faraday's death is instantaneous, but Mr. L survived for a short time. From this, it's obvious Mr. Faraday died after he shot Mr. L. And Mr. L, on the brink of death, stole Faraday's knife and stabbed him. Those are the facts of the case. Yes, the issue is the position of the bodies. Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous, therefore he must have attacked first. Proving that logic to be false is probably the fastest way to show her that she's wrong. In that case, I should first look for any holes in her theory. No Shinada in all of Ace Attorney? That's surprising. When I was in Japan, there was a... I was in like a... oh god, I think it was a... It was like an entertainment center. It was like a Capcom... Or no, a Sega Entertainment Center. I got some Yakuza shit while I was there. There was Sheena in Investigations too. Ah, of course. I got some Yakuza shit while I was there. It was like a Sega game center. You could go in and there were a bunch of arcades and shit. They had, it's not Sega, but they had, I guess, promoting cross-promotion with Capcom or whatever, an Ace Attorney thing set up. It was all in Japanese, so unfortunately I couldn't do it. But from what I got, it had like its own custom case you could play on a gacha machine. And the concept was that some greedy business moogle like showed up and took over the Sega Game Center, and you had to stop him because he was using it for crime. What Yakuza merch did I get? Mostly keychains. They didn't have like a huge amount of figurines or anything. They had like mostly knickknacks. Some stickers and keychains was all I got. A lot of it was Pirate Majima because it was still pretty new at the time I went. I went in April and that game came out in February, so. Any Shinada merch? I don't remember. It was mostly, like I said, Pirate Yakuza and Kiryu. Maybe there was like Ryuji, but that was it. Maybe Haruka, maybe Ichiban as well. Fuck. Dude, Yakuza 5 is so old and Shinada hasn't been seen since then. Like, what are you expecting? If it was a proper Yakuza store, yeah, they probably would have had something. But, like, it was just knickknacks.
Hold it!
You love Shinada? It's been... Like, when did Yakuza 5 come out? 2015? It's been, like, 10 years, dude. They're not gonna have Shinada merch. Unless it's, like, a really dedicated store. Do you truly believe Mr. Faraday died instantaneously? He's a bit of a chuckle fuck. Oh, he's a dumbass. I like his personality, it's just his story sucks ass. I have the murder report right here. Mr. Faraday died instantaneously of shock due to being stabbed in the chest. I don't think shock is what killed him. It was probably the knife. So, you see, it's been documented clear as day. Yakuza 5 was 2012. Holy shit, it's been 13 years since Yakuza 5. Huh. They did take a bit of a break. Well, I was gonna say they took a bit of a break from 6 and Like a Dragon, right? But then again, they made Judgment and Lost Judgment? I don't know if they actually... Was Lost Judgment... No, Lost Judgment was after the first one. Because Zhao shows up in it, and it's a nice little tie-in, I think. But, and you're in Yokohama as well. But no, they were also doing the Kiwamis, right? Still waiting for Dead Souls port. Keep waiting. Fucking keep waiting on that one. That game, desperately needs to be remade. Do not port it. That game blows. Fun, though. Fun story. Worth playing once, but never again.
Hold it!
Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Rail before he died. Do you have any basis for that statement? Your foolishness has no end, does it? Now I hate to repeat myself. However, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously. That's all the basis I need. Alright, if Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, then he must have attacked Mr. Rail before being stabbed. You're finally beginning to catch on, I see. Mr. Rail, on the brink of death, stole Faraday's knife and stabbed him.
Hold it!
So you believe that dying Mr. Rail stole the knife from Faraday. It's not impossible for them to remake Dead Souls. They remade, what was it, Ishin, I guess? And that one... It's a game. It's a shame. People were really excited for Ishin, and then it was just... real whatever. Mr. Mr. L became desperate as he did not want to die. The human beings can do amazing things when they are put to the test. So, the two men struggled, and in the end, Mr. L was able to grab the knife and stab Mr. Faraday. You liked it? The game itself is fine, but the completion is fucking miserable in that game. The side mission stuff in that game blows. Chicken racing? Ah, fucking hold on. We're talking fucking, what is it? Shenmue? We're talking Shenmue at that point. Shenmue levels of gameplay. Gameplay. The domestic insurance room is a testament to their struggle. Yes, my logic is perfectly sound. The coaching cup, yeah. Can you really say it's perfect? What are you insinuating? Was also in 5. Oh, it was too, wasn't it? Nothing, however, I can't let what you send slide by without further inquiry. One must be clear and precise, so if you could append the statement to your testimony. Fine. Mr. Goldenrell used the last of his strength to counterattack Mr. Faraday. It was not only, yeah, no. Of course it was. What are my, hold on. It's been a minute. What is my, anything to not play this game, right? What is my, my Yakuza preferred list? Because I have them ranked along with Castlevanias. Just need to know where actually the list for it is in my Google Docs. Here it is. Fucking, hey, Clover, shut up. Yeah, so Yakuza 0, Kiwami 2, Like a Dragon, Lost Judgment, Kiwami, 6, Gaiden, Infinite Wealth, Pirate Yakuza, Judgment, Yakuza 4, Yakuza 3, Yakuza 5, Dead Souls. That's my official ranking.
Hold it!
About this statement. Mr. Rell used all of his remaining energy and strength to take the knife and defend himself. Von can easily see they had a violent struggle. Of course, it's nothing compared to what my riding crop can do. Von Karma has a very specific fetish. It's like, as a child walking around hitting people with a riding crop, and then as an adult woman walking around hitting them with a whip, and it's like, alright, we get it. How does one compare the damage a crop can do to the state of this room? Furthermore, all the plastic bags on the floor in this room were scattered there due to the fight. Is there anything else that I can explain for you? No, that'll be fine. Those facts the case.
Hold it!
Timeline order, what Ace Attorney is next? Investigations 2. Like, duh. The games are released in chronological order, with the exception of Great Ace Attorney. Technically, that's not true. The second Ace Investigations was never released outside Japan until like 2024, blah, blah, blah. The sequel to this is the next one in the timeline. Claiming speculation as a fact already, don't you feel like the evidence is a bit lacking? You'll find all the evidence you need just by looking around this room. Mr. Faraday collapsed on top of Mr. L. In addition, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, making a counterattack impossible. Furthermore, the room's a total mess from their fight. I dare say there's more evidence here than you could whip at. Looks like she's becoming more and more confident. And, looking at this place, she might have a right to be. After all, everything here seems to support her theory. No, it doesn't. Alright. Yeah, I get it! Fair claim to the data I've gathered thus far. I just know I know! Fucking inability to skip dialogue. Survived for a short time. Died after he shot Mr. Rell. Rell used the last of his strength to counterattack Faraday. Those are the facts. Obvious died after he shot Rell. That could be the one. Because obviously the problem is that he's dead on top of Rell. So how did he die after Rell, yet land on top of the already dead Rell? Does it say that in the notes? Gunshot was heard. Died and I stabbed the chest. Shock stabbing since death. Duel to chest. There's no gunpowder burning, so suggesting he was shot from yards away. It was possible he was alive while being shot. We got 3 in 1 shot. Yep, I mean, It could be that one. It's probably not this one. Yes, instantaneous. Yeah, it's... I hate when they do this. It should be... Once you know what the contradiction is, it should be fairly obvious which statement to present it on.
Objection!
Not that one. Yeah. Just fucking... Keep it going. Can I, like... Okay. Can I... text skip? Able... Oh my god, yes, please. I might do that by accident, but man, oh man. I can always go back. God. Anyway, present.
Objection!
Nope. Not that one. The first one?
Objection!
Are you out of your fucking mind? What do you mean? We gamed over yet? No, we haven't gamed over yet. Although, good call, actually. Okay. Obvious died after he shot Rel. Faraday died after he shot Rel. Struggled. He was the last restraint to counterattack Faraday. I mean, it could be killed from a few yards away, I guess. Oh, didn't hear signs of a struggle, maybe? That's like...
Objection!
Oh, for God's sakes. Come on! He didn't hear signs of a struggle. He's an idiot. Ah, good point. How about the way the bodies are collapsed? Oh yeah, that's a way better point. Really? If the two men were fighting, their struggle would have surely caused quite a bit of noise. However, Detective Gumshoe testified he heard absolutely nothing. Ha! You placed too much faith in that detective's testimony, you know. But for the sake of argument, let's say there wasn't a fight. Then how did Mr. Earl get his hands on the knife? Miss Faraday's bag was sitting here in lobby number 2. It's not hard to imagine that perhaps Mr. Earl saw a chance and took it out at some point. So, what you're saying is this. Mr. Earl took a chance when he saw the opportunity and took the knife from the bag. And then Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Earl after being stabbed. Isn't there something strange in Francesca's statement just now? What'd she say? Mr. Rel shot... Or Faraday shot Rel after being stabbed. Yeah, something's off there. He died instantly. Bad logic? Yeah, there's nothing worse in the Ace Attorney game than when you found the contradiction, but it's not the one the game wants you to find yet. Something doesn't add up. Oh, really? It's simply not possible for Mr. Faraday to have shot Mr. Earl after being stabbed. He died instantly. That's this one, right?
Take that!
Okay. According to coroner's report, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, meaning that he died immediately upon being stabbed by the knife. Ergo, he could not have possibly fired the gun after that. Ooh, you got me. But of course. Yes, and if the report's correct, since there's only one correct explanation. If we suppose Mr. Earl attacked first, then Mr. Faraday, who died instantaneously, would have been unable to kill Mr. Earl. Therefore, Mr. Earl must have stabbed Mr. Faraday after he was shot, since they both died. That is the only explanation that makes a logical sense. Negating your opponent's ideas in order to prove your own theory. I see you've been studying, Francesca. I just wanted to explain it to you as simply as possible, before you foolishly propose a foolish theory that only a foolish fool like you could. How naive of you. Just realized I don't have my phone. Yeah, people are texting me. Of course they are. They always do when I'm streaming. Without fail, mind you. How naive of you to believe that only your options are valid, and still expect to discover the truth that the crime scene offers you. Francesca, you've got a ways to go. What What are you talking about? Obsessed with the fact your washer and dryer fit twice as much as your last place. Congrats on the upgrade. It's not you this time? No, it was. It was a picture of the view from your new place. Are you saying there's a flaw in my logic? Miss Faraday died instantaneously, and the fact he did is what gives rise to the contradiction in this scene. The contradiction here is the crime scene is... For God's sake. You know, the thing I was trying to prove... whatever. Let me get this straight. What you are arguing is this. Mr. Faraday took the gun from the evidence bag and shot Mr. L. Bang! Then the wounded Mr. L found an opportunity to take the knife, haha, and strike back. Meh! You sent that an hour ago? So you did, son of a bitch. Listen, I haven't been looking at my phone, alright? I haven't been looking at my phone. Upon being stabbed, Mr. Faraday died on the spot, bleh, and Mr. L died thereafter, bleh. If that's the case, how do you explain this? Take a good look at the order in which the victims are piled. No. Evidence we could have used earlier. Whatever. Whatever. We got there. Mr. Faraday's body is lying on top of Mr. L's. Therefore, Mr. L must have died before Mr. Faraday. The evidence I was trying to prove earlier. God, that hairline is crisp. Sorry. I'm jealous. Impossible. Yes, I agree. It seems strange, no matter what angle you approach it from. Which means that the real mystery behind this crime scene is what we must... No, not so fast, Mas Edgeworth. What now? I simply think you ought to think a bit more outside the box. And it's even clearer now since the incident started with Mr. Faraday's murderous intent. Same. She shall bounce back quickly. An explanation won't be long enough, won't be enough this time. I'm going to take some very decisive evidence to prove her wrong. What happened? It was just chance that Mr. Faraday's body fell on top of Mr. L's. The two bodies fell into a pile, which indicates they attacked each other at the same time. It doesn't matter in the slightest that they fell in the opposite order. I mean, it kinda does. It kinda does. They were attacked at the same time. He pulled a gun, the guy pulled a knife, and he went bang and stab, and then they both collapsed. Meanwhile, he was under the dead body going, oh, God, a knife's in me, bleh. Or a bullet's in me, rather. I'm the one with the knife, whatever, bleh. And just know that Francesca's explanation isn't absolutely correct. No, he was shot from a few yards away, if you'll recall, according to the scorch marks, or the lack thereof. All I have to do is find a hole in her logic. Once I do, I can present her with the evidence that proves the contradiction. There's a game called Murdered Soul Suspect that has a similar problem. In, like, I don't remember much of the game. I played it for YouTube. In the very first, like, case you're investigating, there's a list of facts, and the game asks you what's the most important thing about this murder scene. And I thought what the most important thing was that the victim, the person who was murdered, he was murdered with his own gun in-game. So I thought the most important thing was the murder was not premeditated. The murderer showed up to the crime scene, then used the victim's gun on him. Wasn't a premeditated murder. All right, that's kind of important. That was not the correct answer. The correct answer to what's the most important thing at this murder crime scene was there was a murder. Yeah, I kind of got that. I figured I didn't really need to establish that one, game. Sort of took that as a gimme. Like, what are we doing? I'm like, are you serious? Okay, I guess. You're not wrong, but like, it's like the first step in the map quest directions. We could probably skip that one. You played that game a little while back? It's it's an alright game. The combat in that game is complete ass and shouldn't have been in the game at all. Focus more on murders and mysteries. No combat, please and thank you. But it came out in 2014, so it had to have combat. It was just chance. The bodies fell that way. About that. Pressing someone's testimony in order to gain some time to think. You're a real one-trick pony, aren't you? It's too bad your trick only works on fools.
That wasn't my intent. I simply wish for more details as to how Miss Faraday ended up on top of Mr. Rail.
Someone's impatient. I was just about to explain everything to you, so do you think you could hold on for a minute?
Francesca! I'll make you a deal. I'll hold on if you hold on to that whip of yours.
Crop, or whatever. Oh, well, I'll hold on to it, all right. As I whip you.
Ah!
Clover's role model here, just assaulting people. Who are objectively correct, but, you know, rather than admit they're objectively correct, she'll just assault them. Then, as you quiet it down a bit, I'd like to continue if you don't mind. For a game where you play as a ghost and weren't doing much ghost stuff, it was a bit too linear for your liking. I didn't mind the linearness. There were some, like, open areas where you could find collectibles and shit. You possessed a lot of people in that game. And you, like, walk through walls and shit, Arg. It's got plenty of ghosty stuff, but the combat was complete dog shit. It needed more, like, clever mechanics with being a ghost and solving mysteries. I agree with that. Two bodies fell into a pile. The two fell on top of each other. Don't you find that just a bit strange? Not at all.
Ah! I can see it in her eyes. She's dead set against me from the bottom of her heart.
Mas Edgeworth, once I'm done here, you'll see there's nothing strange at all. Now, since the two men fell into a pile. Indicates they attacked one another at the same time.
Hold it!
What do you mean by they attacked each other at the same time? I assume Mr. Faraday... Look at that smug dickhead with his cocked eyebrow. That smirk. Mr. Faraday had two different weapons in his hands.
Ah, I'm gonna get ya!
He made to attack Reva holding both the knife and the revolver. That seems excessive. And then, after Mr. Faraday fired the gun, Mr. Rel grabbed the knife as he was falling and stabbed Faraday. That doesn't sound right. This is how Mr. Rel wound up on the bottom, is Mr. Faraday on top. At close range, that is more than possible. Yes, possible, but if you have any other ideas, then show me what you've got. No, I will. And to that extent, I'd like for you to append what you just said to your testimony. I don't see any point to that, but as you please. Fact indicates they attacked each other at the same time from close range.
Hold it!
That'll be where I present the gun, no doubt. See, this is an obvious one. I like this one. You're saying they attacked each other at the same time from close range. Exactly. Mr. Faraday pointed the gun at Mr. Rail's chest and pulled the trigger. Mr. Rail then took the knife from Mr. Faraday and stabbed him before he fell unconscious. The dead Mr. Faraday instantly fell on top of Mr. Rail from the stabbing, pinning Mr. Rail under him where he died shortly thereafter. And that's how they ended up on top of each other with no contradictions to be seen. Okay. I'll go ahead and just present the gun at this one.
Objection!
Yeah. See, that was obvious. I approve of that one. The previous one was less obvious. So you believe they killed each other at close range. Sorry, but that's impossible. Just as it was written in the crime scene notes, the firing of the handgun did not leave gunpowder burn on Mr. Rell's clothes. Therefore, Mr. Rell and the gun must have been separated by a distance of at least 2 or 3 yards. Ah! Yes, this is by far the biggest contradiction. The two bodies are piled on top of each other, yet the gun was fired from distance. The fuck was holding the gun? The fuck did he need the knife for? He's just very thorough, Arg. Ain't no way in hell a lethally wounded dude is wrestling anything out of a dude's hand. Yeah, if you've been shot in the chest, the odds you have, like, listen, adrenaline's a hell of a drug, but I don't think you've got it in you to lunge at the guy, rip the knife out of his hands, fatally stab him instantly, and then collapse to the ground as he lands on top of you. That just doesn't seem right. I guess well, other than the way I'm proving it now, I can't prove that's impossible, but it doesn't sound possible. With there being no chance that Mr. Rail moved that far after being shot, that leaves only one possible explanation. That's completely foolish line, foolish thought from a thoroughly foolish fool. If I'm not right, then who has it that made the first move with the intent to kill? Who? The person that attacked first with a murder intent, that would be neither man! Because it's always neither man. It's always some mysterious third party, isn't it? Here in this room, a contradiction appears no matter which man we claim attacked first. Thus, there can be only one explanation.
Like that beat. Good beat.
There was a third person here. It was a third person who killed both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell, and set their bodies up to make it look like a double murder. That third person is the real culprit. Miles Edgeworth, there's just one thing you're missing. Evidence, correct? Exactly. Everything you've said up until now is nothing but a story played out in your head. However, this is where the real test begins.
It's always a third party.
Not always.
Literally?
No. The very first case, the witness, Frank Solwit, or whatever, he was absolutely the murderer.
That's the only time I can think it wasn't a third party, but don't worry about it.
I guess a lot of first cases, isn't the second game they've got,
What is his name? Richard Wellington? He's the witness that did it as well. It happens a lot, though? Oh, yeah, it happens all the damn time.
Can you prove there's a third person involved in this crime?
Well, explain how it happened any other way.
Of course. If a third person was truly here, the fact would resolve the glaring contradiction. The proof that this has all been a setup to look like they killed each other. I'll present it and lay bare the final piece of this puzzle that's not yet in place. What is a piece of evidence that proves there was a third person involved?
My badge! No.
The gun. It's found in Ralph's hand. Surely it couldn't be the pen. What the bag strewn about? Has blood on it?
Very unlikely scenario that lethally wounded person enough strength to leap upwards of 3 yards.
Yeah, that's 9 feet or roughly 2 and some change meters. Not quite 3 meters. It's like 2.9 meters, 2.8, something like that. Close to 3 meters. Yard and meter are roughly the same. Excuse me. Piece of evidence. The third person was involved. I mean, I don't know why it's the bag. We haven't used the bag yet, which leads me to believe it might be the bag. I guess we haven't really used the knife either. But, like, I don't know why, I don't know what it would be for any of these. There's a third person involved. Discovered immediately after a gunshot was heard, 4 p.m. Wouldn't we have seen Rel being alive if it was discovered immediately? I'm just saying. Bullet wound. Possibly he's alive for a short while after being shot. Oh, the bags are also under them, which means the bags were on the floor when they fell. I just noticed that. Fuck, maybe it is the bags. The bags would have had to have been on the floor before any of this shit went down. I guess they could have dropped while they were still, whatever.
Take that!
The bag, for some reason! The gun in Mr. Faraday's hand and the plastic bag with his blood on it. These 2 items point to the presence of a third person. I wonder if the gun would have also worked there. How so? Recall Detective Gumshoe's testimony.
I was in the hall the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle.
If there wasn't a struggle in this room, there shouldn't be any plastic bag on the ground, meaning that someone else must have deliberately scattered them. I guess. It's also possible they just knocked them over. Or, like, the windows open, maybe the wind blew them on the ground? I don't know. It's not... This doesn't seem rock solid, is what I'm saying. Do you not see the possibility in this? I mean, I guess there's a possibility, but... Disregarding the gun for a moment, there's a high probability of blood splatter when a knife is used on a person. If the culprit held the knife with a plastic bag around it, they could use the bag to catch any blood splattered when they withdrew the knife. Then, by spreading a few more plastic bags around, mixing the bloody one with them, and arranging the room to make it look like there was a struggle between the two, then they were able to conceal their presence. Ah! I mean, I guess. What? That's a lot of effort to go to only fuck up the order the body should be in and also which hand Faraday's dominant hand is. Like, there's some key details you fucked up for otherwise flawlessly setting up this crime scene. It's a stretch to suggest third person involved. I don't think it's a stretch, but I do think the bags are not good evidence for it. Looks like we still got a long way to go in this investigation. Yes.
Objection!
Who? Obviously, that was the judge. Yo, this beat slaps. What the heck's up with you, pal? And where's that jazz band coming from? I don't know her personality enough yet for her voice. I mean, she looks like this, right? Leading towards my Valley Girl. I don't think there's a character that has that yet. Mr. Bard, I advise you to place Detective Gumshoe under arrest. Wow, that's rude. Not unexpected, but it's rude. What? What's the meaning of this? He's gone Texan instead of Brooklyn. Hard to keep all the accents straight. Ha! Looks like you're not man enough to discipline your own subordinates. Boston. Hey, I'm walking here. Don't you dare. Don't use dare. That detective claims he was there standing in front of the door the entire time. But I have it on good authority that was a giant lie. I feel like there's an easy way to explain. There are easier ways to explain everything Edgy suggested. Well, yeah, but again, hey, Arg, this game is like one of the least fondly remembered and looked at games in the fandom. Just, you can poke holes in it all day and people are going to go, yeah, but that's what they did. Just wait till case 5. Miss Yu, I ask you please explain that last statement. I'll let His Honor explain it himself. I saw it with my own eyes, I tell you. During recess, there was a period of time when there was no one in the hallway. I just realized he's very Yoda, that voice. Not the way he talks, but the way he sounds. What? Say, Mr. Bad. So I ask you, why would a detective who was supposedly doing his job the whole time want to fabricate such a lie? Gumshoe, did you kill Faraday? Might very much goes Texan. I might just link Texan with him. No, of course not, sir. It appears that Savannah set this whole crime scene up as that detective, which basically renders his testimony a complete lie and wholly invalid. Looks like your perfect logic has just come tumbling down, Miles. I mean, has it? Because even if we disregard his testimony, that would make him guilty of being the third person, which is my whole argument. There was a third person who staged this, which would be him. Like, the only way his testimony doesn't hold up is if he did the thing I'm saying somebody did. I was in the hall the whole time, but I didn't hear a single people struggle. Was that statement really a lie? Detective Gumshoe, you're now a suspect in the murder of 2 men. Now spit out the truth, or so help me. I haven't lied to anyone, sir. Honest. I really was there. I was in the hall the whole time.
Hold it!
Detective Man, I ask you please do not act without my permission. After all, I am the one that is heading up this investigation, am I not? Don't talk like you know what's going on, boy. kidding? All I want is for this investigation to run perfectly. Perfection is the only virtue of a disciple of Von Karman, after all. Therefore, before you take Gumshoe into custody, I'd like to set the record straight on something. And what's that? Gumshoe staging a crime scene would only lend credence to Edgy's third-person theory. Yeah, well. The motive, well, that doesn't exactly matter right now. Why he wasn't in the hallway, well, he would be killing them, is the idea. The state of the hallway. I don't know what that means. Detective Gumshoe, I take it that no one else was in the hallway at any time, correct?
Huh? Of course not, pal.
That sounds like someone was in the hallway. You're being awfully defensive. Might you be hiding something from me?
Watch your mouth, pal. You can't go around saying stuff like that about me without any evidence.
I suppose you're right. I have no evidence at this point.
What's it? How could we be losing Sabato Fitz with this detective? Your disgrace.
Maybe I should ask about something else. The motive, I guess. I suppose one thing I'd like to be clarified is Detective Gumshoe's motive for committing this crime.
Motive, huh? Gumshoe, you got a grudge against Faraday or anything? No, sir, not me. Not a single bad thing against Mr. Faraday, sir. Is that a fact?
Objection!
Oh god, yep, she's Valley. Look at those fucking lips, those DSLs. This is a Valley girl, absolutely. Nice double-breasted suit, though. Loving that. Good look. But yeah, the lips are a bit much, lady. Clearly had some work done. Do you really have a problem? You really have a problem with lying, don't you, Detective Gumshoe?
I'm telling you, I am not lying.
It's more natural you act, the more suspicious you become, you know. If you want a murder Edgeworth, I have one for you right here. Could you please share it with us? However, be forewarned, I won't hesitate to object to flights of fancy, because I'm interested in the perfect explanation. You're serious, aren't you? Fine, you amuse me, so I'll humor you with a little courtroom practice. I thought you were gonna show evidence. It was about a week ago. I saw a detective getting chewed out by a livid Faraday in front of the precinct. He stood there super pale as Faraday yelled, "That's a salary cut for you, you nitwit." A brand new detective suddenly getting his salary cut. That's reason enough for a grudge. But how's that for a perfect explanation?
You totally misunderstood me, pal. No matter how mad I get, I could never hold a grudge. Quiet. We can't trust anything you say.
So, there's nothing wrong with the motive she proposed, per se. But there's some gaps in her logic that need to be filled in. Misused perfect explanation. Yeah, it also seems kind of weird that, like, for a salary cut, his perfect crime was to murder him in a courtroom and then stage the crime scene. Like, that's a bit much, don't you think? Surely revenge would have been like, I don't know, a laxative in the coffee or something. May not be so perfect after all. This is also Gumshoe we're talking about. I don't think there's a vengeful bone in that guy's body. About a week ago. Whoops.
Hold it!
A week ago? Then you and Detective Gumshoe are acquaintances. Pfft, no way. I only met him in person today. Then how do you know about Detective Gumshoe? Oh, I've seen him around before. Oh, well, there you go. Chewed out by Linda Faraday. Mr. Faraday was upset. Yeah. You know what else? Mr. Faraday isn't exactly known to get angry often. But there he was, totally just beat right in the face. Ahem. And the offending detective just stood there, pale as a ghost, like he was about to die. Just like the face he's making now, right? I'm completely innocent, I tell you. The poor man. What an anime face. Ahem. It was quite the same with the detective. So they're super pale.
Hold it!
You just stood there watching this unfold in front of you? Yeah.
Actually, it was really enjoyable too. Wow, fuck you. But that's why when I saw Detective Gumshoe earlier, I knew to steer clear of him. No way! I thought it was because I had something stuck on my face. But you do. Huh? What's stuck on my face? I assume that was just a bandage from shaving. Let's start with your eyes, nose, mouth. Oh, and those ridiculous eyebrows. Huh? Oh man, messing with your head is just too much fun. Miss you, if you don't mind, I'd like you to return to the testimony now. Sure, why not?
If I trimmed my beard and styled my hair, I could probably do a good Gumshoe cosplay.
Hold it!
The cosplay Kaida keeps insisting I could do with basically no effort and that would be free is Bigby Wolf from Wolf Among Us, which, boy, if I ever need a quick low-budget cosplay, I just need a white shirt, black pants, and to roll the sleeves up, and I am in, baby. I am right there. I got the arm hair and everything. Bigby Wolf, easy. If I got time, I can pick up a fucking pack of smokes on my way to the convention. Call them Huff and Puffs. Not actually smoke them, mind you, but, you know. Completes the ensemble. If I had time, I'd do a Frankie cosplay from One Piece. Get like a blue wig, get the Hawaiian shirt. I got the big arms and the chest. I got the size for it. Go super! Really roll that R. Love it. Also, I'd get to walk around in a Speedo. It'd be great. Gummy had a grudge against Detective to kill Faraday, assuming Gummy's dumb enough to kill a prosecutor in a courtroom full of cops. Honestly, that's the most believable part, Arg. To cut to new detective salary right off the bat like that. I'm not really familiar with the ways you guys roll pay, but is that a common practice? Speaking of cutting my salary, didn't you want to do that to me earlier too? I suppose I did. It's only natural to cut a worthy detective's salary down to their actual worth. My father can even fire anyone, new or old, with a snap of his finger. Boy, the prosecutors are really well respected in the police detectives division, aren't they? Do you think maybe that's reason enough for detectives to hate you people? Well, I guess I really shouldn't cut people's pay. Detective Bad, don't tell me Mr. Von Karma cut your salary earlier. That's really, like, kind of sucky. Is that for a perfect explanation?
Hold it!
I have no evidence to refute this. It happened a week ago. There's nothing to refute. You call your explanation perfect? Is it not to your liking? As incompetent and a bit dumb as Gumshoe is, he isn't that dumb. Dude, at one point, he lost his badge and was looking in the snow and was looking for it under a lamp because the light was better. He looked at luminol lit up stains of blood and went, huh, that's weird, this blood's pale and blue. Like, I think he is that dumb. Unfortunately for you, it's not just up to my standards. Just not up to my standards. Oh, is there something you want me to clarify in that case? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Sure, go for it. I got nothing else. If you could clear one thing up for me. The relation, the motive for killing Mr. Rel, how Faraday was killed. Yeah, motive for killing Rel. I understand Gumshoe's potential motive for killing Mr. Faraday. However, what about his motive for killing Mr. Rel? His motive for killing Rel? Like, I would know. If there was no clear motive for both the murders, then I doubt this incident would have occurred, wouldn't you agree? I will say, Gumshoe definitely not stupid enough to go after Faraday, and also a totally unrelated guy in the same room. Like, he'd wait, even as stupid as Gumshoe it is, he'd wait for him to be alone before going after him. Driving out to meet your sister? Alright. Tell her we all said hello. And tell her to subscribe to twitch.tv/Tokenlad. I love doing the self-promotion with the chin look. Is there anyone else who might have had a grudge against either of these two men? Or should we look into that ourselves? Oh, in that case, I have absolutely no idea. What? But that's impossible!
She must know something.
Wait. Can we not glare at me like that?
Above killing our dude might have been to not leave witnesses to crime, but what do I know? Well, yeah, but again, he'd just wait for him to be alone.
Because it was a brightly lit room. It's not like Rel was hiding somewhere and he leapt out at the last second. Gumshoe would have walked in, seen there were 2 people, and then decided, I'm gonna kill that guy because he cut my salary, and this other dude because otherwise he's gonna tell on me for killing the first guy. That seems pretty weak.
It makes me laugh. Gosh, I didn't even do anything and you're already laughing anyway.
Well, anyway, the way I see it, as long as he had a motive to kill one of the 2, this crime would have played out the way it did anyway. Oh, would you care to explain your logic? And this time, try and provide a truly perfect explanation. Perfect this, perfect that. Stop being so uptight, or is that a requisite trait for being a Von Karma? Message Fat! I demand that you shut this rude woman up!
Maybe we should both be quiet for just 1 second.
Like how I glare at you. Oh, you glare at me and then I laugh? Yeah, that's because, A, you're glaring at me because I've shown you the error of your ways and made a hilarious pun, and then you glare at me trying not to laugh at my hilarious pun, and then I'm too busy laughing at the glaring and the pun I made to notice you laughing, which is what I assume you do when I'm busy laughing, and then by the time I'm done laughing and look back at you, you've resumed glaring. Yeah, trying not to laugh. That's how I see it. Go drive to your sister and let me be objectively correct without hearing your side of it. Everything can't be perfect? Well, the Von Karmas are a bit insane, aren't they? Oh well, I guess I have to explain it to you kids. Okay. Motive to kill the men! You know what? There's no one out there with a motive to kill Faraday and Rel. Are you really having to establish that someone had a grudge against one of the 2 men? Hug Ronflex. Yeah, alright. Hug the Ronflex. I forgot I wrote it as the Ronflex. Alright, Ronflex. Ah, I got a big old hug. I don't know who this is from. Oh, Penguin. Penguin redeemed it. Ah, this is from Penguin. You get a big old hug, you son of a gun. Look at you, you adorable, squishy bastard. Love that boy. Mr. Rel, who happened to be there, became a witness to Faraday's murder. Therefore, he was killed out of necessity and set up to make it look like they'd killed each other. I wonder if that's really true. Is there no one out there with a grudge against both the men? I should take another hard look at the evidence for this morning's case. A second KG-8 incident, as people are calling it, involving embassy staff members. And the 2 men who both wound up as suspects in the case. Are they really gonna... I assumed this would come up later, but the victim was CCU. So Callisto U might have a reason to kill the guy suspected of killing her sister and his prosecuting attorney? That can't be right. Is the Ronflex like the Murray? Yes. Is there someone else I'm overlooking who is somehow related to them? I mean, I guess. Yeah. I mean, unless I want to suggest it was like the judge. No, like somehow Manny Cochin? Suspect in the KG-8 incident. Why was Rel arrested? Embassy staff killing. He's killed in Lobby 2. Killed an embassy staff member. Embassy staff member was gunned down by Rel. So he just killed an embassy staff member. This is the prosecutor of the KG-8 incident. Oh. Oh, he prosecuted the first KG-8 incident. I see. So, hear me out here. Her motive would be, found not guilty. Okay, so her motive would be that he failed to prosecute the guy that killed, I'm just gonna say sister, they have the same last name, failed to prosecute the guy that murdered her sister. And then, as far as killing Mackerel, I got nothing. assuming Gummy's dumb enough to kill both of the dudes in the courtroom full of cops, why would he kill them with different weapons? Wouldn't be easier to kill them both with the same weapon. True. Another excellent point. The only thing you use that for is work. Everything else I need $4.95. Basically have to go all the way to your old place. Well, sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Hold it!
So there is no one else who might have had a grudge against both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. I suppose no one is a bit of a stretch, but I'm pretty sure no one like that was here in the courthouse today. She's lying through her teeth. We just saw someone like that here earlier. Besides, you don't need to prove the killer had a grudge against both men. Oh, I don't remember. God, was Manny Cochin actually, like, here today, or did we just... Was this guy... That guy's 24. He looks like he's 80. Was this guy actually here today, or is he just here because of the newspaper? I don't remember. Lawyer of embassy staff killing defendant Rel. I was to battle her in court. I guess he would have, like, motive, right? If he was here today, I don't remember. He might have been. It was his staff member that was killed, so that would mean, I don't like you, Rel. And also the guy that tried to prosecute him years ago, right? Or however long ago it was. How old was Coach? 40? Alright, could have been ages ago. Well, he's only 24, so not that long ago, surely. It was Kay Faraday! It was the judge. It was Tick Gumshoe. Wait, shit. I'm trying to prove that's not true. Okay, so yeah, he was killed by Rel. I guess it was Cochin. I think Cochin was here. Donkey Kong Bonanza. Oh, the new Donkey Kong game. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Is that only on the Switch too? Donkey Kong Bonanza platforms. Because if it's on Switch 2, we have a problem. I don't own that. It is only on the Switch 2. I can't play that game. Unless there's a Switch 2 emulator. Which, I mean, maybe there will be. Maybe I'll get a Switch 2 one day, but I don't really have an interest in a Switch 2 right now. It's way too expensive and there's not enough games. I might have to refund those points, Penguin, because I just do not have the ability to play that game. Which means, yeah, it's only on the Switch too. Yeah, I don't know. Understandable, yeah. How do I, refund points? Rewards? No, not rewards. Channel points. Enable channel points. Manage power-ups and channel points. No. I need, like, the history of it. You can just pick another game. Oh, well, of course you can if you want to. I was gonna just give them right back, but yeah. If you want to pick another game, that's absolutely fine. Obviously. And it makes my life easier, so. But yeah, sorry. Until the Switch 2 is on the computer, cough, cough, or on sale and I get one, I will not be able to play any Switch 2 games.
Hold it!
Someone with a grudge against one of the men. In that case, aren't there plenty of other people who fit the bill? Sure. After all, who doesn't garner scorn from another simply by being alive? What? But the only one who had a grudge and acted upon it by killing was Detective Gumshoe. Furthermore, Mr. All happened to be there, became a witness.
Hold it!
So what you're saying is that he was basically silenced. Aren't you glad you managed to abide the same by your honor? Oops. Get your list. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, sorry. Well, like I said, I might play Donkey Kong Bonanza once I have the ability to, but... Yeah, no, I think the Switch 2 is too expensive, and I don't want to spend the money. I don't like Nintendo's pricing policy.
Why, if you really want to witness the blood-covered detective... What? Detective Gumshoe? You would kill even me? What? I could never do something as terrible as that, Your Honor. There's no need for even a second of deliberation. I will hand down my verdict here.
Your Honor, take a look around. We are not in a court right now. It would be greatly appreciated if you would stay here with us in reality.
Ah, please forgive me. I know not what to do. And shoot there, monsieur. Hurry up and continue with your testimony. If you fail to do so, I'll whip you into shape.
Ah, that's nice. Sounds kind of like fun, actually. Oh my. Anyway, Detective Gumshoe had to erase the witness, Mr. Rao. Let's not delve into that particular fetish of misuse too much.
Hold it!
I didn't do it, pal.
No hard feelings, but I don't think we can take the word of the criminal seriously.
But I can't even begin to think of ways to set up a crime scene.
I suppose you do lack the necessary tactical mind required to do such a thing.
Ah, why do you have to kick a man when he's down, pal?
Ha! You shouldn't put yourself down, detective.
You're a big boy.
God, I forgot her accent, remembered it, and then realized I just said that. Ugh.
I bet you thought it all up by yourself, right? Yeah, that's right. I worked real hard at it, too.
I think this proves one thing about the detective. He has the mental acuity of a worm. And I would not love him if he was a worm. No, thank you. And to admit her explanation makes sense. However, there is also something she overlooked in her testimony. Represent that piece of evidence and see if it can't make her see the truth. Did she overlook it? No one out there with a motive to kill Faraday and the pen! No. I can't present profiles. Wait a minute. So I have to present evidence? What the fuck evidence would there be? Faraday brought it as evidence. It was in Raoul's hand. Right from a few yards away. Is it that he couldn't have brought the knife in? Because that's what killed Faraday, right? The knife. So he went in to just kill him with evidence? That doesn't make any sense. No one out there with a motive. Really have to establish that someone had a grudge against one of the two men. Mr. Rel happened to be there, became a witness to Faraday's murder. Therefore, he killed the other out of necessity. Set up look like they killed each other. Something she overlooked in her testimony. The piece of evidence. No one with a motive to kill Faraday and Rel. Oh, is it maybe the newspaper? I guess it could be the newspaper, right?
Objection!
Yeah, okay. Miss you, I believe there was something you overlooked in making your statement. Or rather, is it because you'd rather not bring this person up? What dear man? Duck Detective. I do. Listen, there are 2 Duck Detective games. I have played the first one for achievements. I do need to play the second one for achievements. Duck Detective. Yeah, I have played the Secret Salami and gotten the full 1,000 gamer score. Classic game. But I have not played the second game yet. What is it? The Ghost of Glamping, I think. Duck Detective. Really ties into the whole animal detective thing I have going with Frog Detective as well. Duck Detective, yeah, the Ghost of Glamping. I don't know what the Ghost of Glamping is. I have not played it yet. None of the achievements are missable. I like the look of that. Takes 1 to 2 hours. Boom, jam. I think we're going to play Duck Detective and the Ghost of Glamping. I don't think you, like, super need to know the lore of the first game, other than that he is a detective. Duck Detective Ghost of Glamping. All right, we'll be playing Duck Detective Ghost of Glamping. Good stuff. It's just a silly little game. It is.
Ahem. We are looking for someone with a reason to kill both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. I can think of at least one person that fits the bill. He was a suspect in the original KG-8 incident, and a member of the Cadopian embassy staff, Mr. Manny Cochin. Boy, it would have been nice if I could just present the profile instead of the fucking newspaper. Yeah, he was here. Young Judges for Justice. That's the young judge? That's insane. Oh, I gotta look at the courthouse specials and the drinks and all that. There's limited time specials in that vending machine. That's right, the very man who came to visit you earlier in the hallway. The man who killed a member of the Cadopian embassy staff, Mr. Rell, and the man who is the lead prosecutor of the KG-8 incident, Mr. Faraday. Are you telling me Mr. Cochin has no reason at all to kill both these men? Well, I suppose he might have a reason or two. You're coming for me, pal. Maybe you're not such a bad guy after all. Don't get ahead of yourself. You're still a suspect. Make no mistake about that. The perfect evidence, the perfect testimony, is the only things I wish to hold. But I didn't do it. You will stay under my authority and go investigate Mr. Manny Cochin for me. And remember, I will not be very forgiving should any of this leak. Good beat. You want to investigate Cochin? You'd just be wasting your time. And why is that? Cochin was up in the viewing gallery watching the trial. Or so I was told. I like that he looks like he's going for his gun, like all, and then he just pulls out a mirror to look at himself. Every cop in this place has been keeping an eye on the guy since he arrived. Since the only real suspect we have is still Detective Gumshoe. I suppose so. No way, come on, Detective Bad, you gotta believe me, sir. I really was in the hallway the whole time, sir. I never took a single step into this room, sir. Okay, then are you saying there was someone else who passed through the hallway? No, there was no one else in the hallway, sir. Then why should I believe you didn't do it? There's one incredibly foolish detective, standing right in front of a crime scene all by himself. It's as good as a confession of guilt. I have to admit it's a bit strange. Most criminals would fabricate some sort of lie to escape their crimes. If that detective really wanted to prove that he is innocent, you'd think he would at the very least offer up a "I spaced out while on duty" or the like. Come on, Gumshoe, time for your interrogation. Detective Bad. Well. Miss Edgeworth, I'll go ahead and report this to Papa. And and that, as they say, is it. Right, everyone? Oh, I'm the judge. I'm in every good Ace Attorney game. Well, except Edgeworth 2. I was cut from that one for some reason. Well, I suppose we should both be getting back to our real jobs now. What we do, Miss Yu, is there is something I'd like to speak with you about. What is that? Set these two men up to make it look like... Oh, I think I clicked the wrong thing. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to talk to you, but just fucking... there, jeez. So, what do you want to ask me about? The current case of the murdered Cadopian embassy staff member. I've heard the people have begun calling it the second KG-8 incident. Only among you law enforcement types. I'm not law enforcement, I'm a lawyer. And what about it? I'd like you to tell me everything you know about the original KG-8 incident. I'm afraid I can't help you. I don't know anything beyond what those reported in the paper. No, I believe you know much more, since you are directly tied to the KG-8 incident. I'd appreciate if you stop with the false accusations. Baseless outbursts are both useless inside and outside a courtroom, don't you know? And I also know that I do have a leg to stand on here. Think you can stop making that ultra-serious face in front of me? You think you could please stop laughing for just 1 second? I'm not going to make any headway like this. I'm just going to have to show her exactly how she's related to the KG-8 incident. I mean, it's a bold lie when your fucking sister's on the cover of the paper. She even looks a little like you. Miss Yu, I believe I have proof of your connection to the KG-8 incident. The file's your proof? Very well then. Why don't you tell me exactly how I'm related to look at the front page of the paper? Your connection to the KG8 incident is literally the headline. The victim's name is CCU. You will note that she has the same last name as you. Can you really still tell me with a straight face you are not related to the case? I mean, it's a common enough last name, but... Small world, right? Sorry, we're not related. Oh. Well, there you go. Different you. Wah! Just kidding. Oh. You asked that question with such a serious look on your face that I couldn't help but... Miss you, I ask you please tell me the truth.
She really could have just said we're not related.
Ahem. Alright, I'll tell you everything I know.
For God's sakes.
As you guessed, the one who reported smuggling activities of the Amano group was my sister, CCU. As I thought. And she was killed right before she was to testify at the impending trial by Manny Cushion. But because he was tried once and was acquitted, he gets to live out the rest of his cushy life completely carefree.
Yeah, that's double jeopardy. That's how that works. Oh, because of a lack of evidence. Probably shouldn't have gone to trial with the lack of evidence.
Now, I heard the evidence to convict him dead exist.
What?
I heard it from Mr. Faraday himself after Coach's trial was over. Apparently, a man in black made up with the most important piece of evidence.
And the evidence has been tampered with?
Isn't it just like a criminal to do something like that?
That is unfortunate for you and Faraday, I guess.
The smuggling ring being run out of their mono group by one of its secretaries. They bailed Mr. Cochin out. Turns out, they were in league with each other all along.
How big was that smuggling ring? Was it a large operation?
I don't really know. Which is why I want to become the lead defense on this case of people calling the second KG8 incident. But I haven't learned anything new, so I was probably expecting too much, you know?
You mean you think this case has nothing to do with the smuggling ring?
I don't know what to think.
Why did Mr. Koshin want to meet with you earlier?
Actually, he came to watch the trial. Apparently he only found out I was the defense lawyer on the case after he arrived. I figured you should say hi and one thing and another. Looks like you couldn't resolve anything this time either. Too bad.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh boy. Stop with the scary face already. I'm fine, really. Give him a good slap across the face.
When she talks about snapping him as she laughs, laughs away is kind of creepy. Creepy. Talking like her now.
Ahem. But it's just as Mr. Bod said. He's not related to the double murder. I asked around, people in the gallery claim he was in his seat the entire time. Talk about cruel fate. That's about all I know. Sorry. Guess I wasn't much help.
That's not true. I'm sorry I made you recall such a painful time in your life.
I agree with that. Edgeworth, you really are too serious for your own good. You really need to relax. We wouldn't want you to die of stress, would we?
Thank you for the advice, but there's no need to worry. I work in my own way, and I will catch the criminal in my own way as well, you'll see.
Look at you with your game face on, ready to go. I'm making no such face. Did you know laughter is the best medicine, Edgeworth? Don't get tired of making such serious face all the time.
I'm charged with making sure the criminals of the world are found guilty.
All of them!
I have no need for laughter.
You're making that face again. Oh well. I'm gonna get going. I still have a few loose ends I need to tie up.
Well then. KG8 incident something. And this murder investigation. It's my belief that these two cases are related to each other somehow. Plus that detective, Detective Gumshoe. It's obvious he's lying, even though his lie is hurting his chances. Clearly, this case is far from over. But whether or not the detective is the murderer can only be determined once I've completed my perfect investigation. Mr. Von Karma, I swear to uphold your honorable name, or my name isn't Miles Edgeworth. To be continued. I'm so hungry. Wonder
if having a fruit snack will help.
Good old Welch's fruit snacks. Real fruit! And apparently they're farmer owned. Good for them. I tried freezing fruit snacks. Just to see if they were, like, any good. Sadly, no. They were just harder to chew. They weren't bad. Wow, there's a lot of peaches in this. I want damn oranges when I get fruit snacks. God damn it. Where's my citrus? A lot happening here. There's a guy sleeping on a bench, a dude admiring a model, a guy washing his hands at what appears to be a drinking fountain. Oh, actually, it's broken. I apologize. Guarding the door, us, obviously, and then there's you off on the left. Sir, what has become of the trial in the Cadopian Embassy staff members' murder?
Indeed. Since both suspect and prosecutor are now dead, the case will be dismissed. In other words, the trial ends here permanently.
Yeah, Professor in college, you can bribe with orange candy. Bitch, you can bribe me with orange candy. Those chocolate sticks of orange, I will fucking bark like a dog for that shit. Fanzarina chocolate, which is like chocolate around actual oranges, but like, you know, rich chocolate. Oh my god. I would stab a man in-game for Fanzarina chocolate. Shit's like cocaine. I just realized I don't have the avatars up. I haven't been seeing you all wander. I haven't seen all your pretty little faces wandering around, guys. What are you doing? What are you doing? Looks like you'll have to wait just a little bit longer for your big debut. I suppose it can't be helped.
The evidence for the trial will be transferred to you in a little while.
You can't give me a better grade? I could run out to the store and get you some gold stars. Give you one for a good day's work of bribing me. So, what do you think of the murder of the Cadopian Embassy staff member? And the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell?
What an outrageous circus it has all become. That Faraday brought it all on himself with his naivete.
An outrageous circus, right, sir.
I grow weary of this topic, Edgeworth. I will have you assigned to a different case.
Papa, you'll come to watch my courtroom debut next, won't you?
I'll consider it.
Wow, great dad you got there, Francesca. Sorry, I'm waiting on the avatars. It also lets me see who's actually kicking around in the chat, because I can just quickly glance and recognize the familiar faces. Like Noki's for Ugly, or Nathan's Waylord, although we know that won't be there. Clover's Mudkip, Arg's Milotic. Penguin's... Fuck, what is that? Mesprit? That's one of the lake spirits. Jeppo's Crom. 7-9's Kirby. Or Hamtaro, depending on the mood. Sir, if I may, please allow me to continue with my investigation. Tim keeps changing, I forget what L is.
Whatever for.
I know there is already a suspect in the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. However, there is not enough evidence to prove that it was he who committed the crime. I'd like to continue investigating in order to find the perfect proof of his guilt.
The perfect proof? Don't make me laugh. A worthless person like you. What the fuck?
What do you mean? What the fuck's that supposed to mean?
A worthless person like you has no right to claim such a thing as perfection.
Wow. Okay. Papa, who do you think is the real culprit behind these murders? Maz and I are competing to see who can find the real killer first. Plus, being able to investigate a real crime scene is a really rare opportunity. It would give us some real-life experience, wouldn't you agree?
If you want to investigate this case that much, then do as you wish.
Then you're allowing us to continue?
In court, your top priority is to win, and a solid investigation is one of the keys of winning. You have to make sure you become a recognized and first-rate prosecutor, don't we? It wouldn't be very interesting otherwise.
What's that supposed to mean?
Don't worry about it. I'm returning home now. Edgeworth, Francesca, see to it I'm not disturbed save for the results of your completion.
Yes, sir. Of course, Papa. Gumshoe is dragged off as a suspect, and now we're running around the courtroom, investigating further. Francesca, thank you. What are you thanking me for? Your logic earlier was built on the scruffy detective's lie. That means the competition is still on. Yes, just as you wished. Couldn't let you get off so easily. Now then, let's see how fair you fare on investigation with me, Mouse Edgeworth. I know I don't have enough information yet. My first order of business will be to question anyone involved in the case. That'd be Gumshoe over here and you. But let's look around the room first. I want to see these guys. Also, I love the, Oh, I can run in... Oh, this is the achievement. I have to look at all the benches. Any day now, I'll be taking my rightful place behind this bench. Isn't that normally the defendant's bench? By that time, I should already be standing here. It'd be downright disgraceful if I be truthful, it's won't it? And if that were to happen, Francesca, I'll eat my cravat. Like, no lie. That's normally the defendant's bench, right? On the left? It's a defense attorney's bench. That's normally the prosecutor's bench on the right. I wonder if this was actually flipped because of the whole dominant hand gun writing thing. I'd probably be standing on the side of the courtroom. The incident didn't happen. What are you thinking about? Lately, the more wrinkly your face becomes, the less I'm able to read what you're thinking. Well, I never! You know, I don't have a single wrinkle upon my youthful brow. The judge's bench up here? This must be the judge's desk. We can tell by the gavel sitting on top. Was dragged off. What happened to the alternate suspect theory thing? We provided a potential alternate suspect, but it was somebody that was being watched by police, so we know for a fact he didn't do it. I had a dream once I was being squashed from above by this gavel. I recall they had the benches mixed up. They sure do. You're such a weakling, Mouse Edgeworth. I think that's because, again, they had to flip this case because they mentioned the writing is from left to right, so it would have smudged his left hand. You have no idea how frightening it was. Is that all the benches? Achievement? There it is. Yeah. Behind each bench. Examine all 3 benches in episode 4. I think that's the only achievement for episode 4. Let me double check that. Other than just, you know, completing it. Yeah, complete it. The others. 55. The stepladder thing is the next case. Oh, I need to present her promise notebook to her. Okay, so apparently I'm going to be getting a promise notebook at one point, and I need to present it to Kay Faraday. Glad I checked. I had forgotten that was an option. Or an achievement, rather. Sir, nothing to report, sir. Yes.
Is there no one who will make this man take responsibility for his actions on the job?
Looks like you have no choice but to report it to Papa. Then this guy can have fun fun in a waking nightmare after being awakened from his dream. Actually, that's not. I kind of feel sorry for him now. It's an incredibly detailed model, isn't it? I heard it cost as much to make that as it cost building the courthouse itself. What? Are you out of your mind? What? What was the point of making such an expensive model? I felt exact same way upon hearing it. It's so hard to understand such foolishness. Agreed. Yeah, that's insane. Wow, this thing is incredibly detailed. My inner modeling fanboy is impressed. Yeah, it better be. Thing cost a couple $100,000 minimum to make. I'm not exactly a fan of plastic models per se, but even I can sense the superb quality of this model. I simply cannot comprehend how the man can feel so much love for such a trifle. Oh, I see. You're a disciple of my father, so you would do well to guard yourself against interest in such unproductive things. Yes, perhaps I should take up whipping people like the young lady over here. Edgeworth! Yes? What's the meaning of this bulletin board? Fires are so few trials posted. It appears the entire week is devoted to Mr. Rail's trial.
Is the crime rate really that low in this country? Or maybe. Does the police lack proper motivation to get out there and catch the criminals? I'm afraid I can't comment on that. However, I can say I have my doubts about the younger detectives.
A fucking expensive this tiny model seems like a waste of money. Yeah, in theory you could have made this building twice as big. And not had a model. Like, did we really need a 2-scale model?
Sounds like they're in need of a stricter hand. They'll start my discipline regimes. That pathetic, filthy-coated detective.
I feel bad for the big guy, yet I can find no suitable reason to stop her. Well, this poor guy at the broken water fountain. I can't stop the water, sir! Seems the man who was here earlier broke it by drinking from it too much. Bunch of fools who pretend to not see the foolish actions of a foolish fool! Now then, why don't you lend the officer a hand?
As if I should have anything to do with this. Besides, that water-drinking fool's mouth is the thing the officer should be covering. Let's give that officer a description of the water guzzler later.
He seems to have quite the grudge. It sounds to me like someone wanted a drink. Plant Store has a sign that says smile if you're hot. If you're hot, you should subscribe to twitch.tv/Tokenlad. Only the most beautiful people, and also Nathan, subscribe. See, I can say that because he's not here. And I know he's not here because I can look over at the avatars and go, yes, none of Nathan's usual suspects. Isn't that embarrassing for him? Hey, now that's what I'm talking about. This fruit snack pack had some oranges in it. Nice. Build another courthouse. True, they could have built a second courthouse entirely. Across town. Or give bounces to people. Bonuses, I assume you mean. People use all that cash in a billion different ways that would have been more productive, yeah. Hard to think of something less productive than making a scale model of the courthouse that's exactly as expensive as the whole courthouse itself was. That's wildly, wildly abusive and waste of money. Like, honestly, you should have looked into some fraud. What's the matter, officer? I've been standing here forever, sir, and I really need to go to the bathroom. Why don't you just make a quick trip? The nearest one isn't that far, is it? No, it's a short way down the hall beyond these doors, but I don't want to be blamed for anything that might happen while I'm gone. So I'm gonna hold it. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe can be a positive influence on the force after all. Miss you. Oh, it's you, Edgeworth. And who are you? Wait, you were at the crime scene just now, weren't you? You should be disbarred for not knowing who I am. I'm Francisco von Karma, and I'm about to become the successor to the family name. About to? Guess that means for now you're still just another kid. In which case, it's only natural I don't know who you are. Wow. Why are you whipping me? Anyway, looks like they're planning to hold the evidence a bit longer. There's one thing I can't stand, it's waiting. I'm terribly sorry, but I have a few more questions to ask of you. Look at you, eyebrows scrunched with lines on your forehead. And that to ask of you. What exactly is so funny? Sorry, I'm just bad at dealing with a super serious atmosphere. Apparently I felt you do proper behavior at a crime scene in law school. Feel much better now. What's he want to talk about? I'd like to inquire as to where you were at the time of the murder. We were in defendant lobby number 1. The whole time, up until we heard the gunshot. Okay, so that's courtroom. The door there is the lobby. That leads to the defendant's lobby. Got it. Okay. And by we, I mean Mr. Bad. You don't believe me? Feel free to ask him yourself. You with Detective Bad? Why? I know something discussed, that's all. Okay. Huh? I take you're acquainted with the witness, with the detective. You know Bad. Yeah, he was detective in charge of the KG8 incident. Detective Bad is also related to that incident? That's right. He was the one who's supposed to protect my sister, Cisse. Why, this case is a real who's who of that incident. We know how that turned out, don't you, Edgeworth?
Miss Edgeworth, I have no idea what you two are talking about. I've heard of the case incident from my papa. But how does the case relate to you, monsieur? The victim's case, CCU, is my little sister. Ha! You're making that super serious face I got. I'm fine, really. I'm just making a point to rub some more salt in his wounded pride every time I see him.
When she talks about doing that as she laughs away is kind of creepy. You're real annoying at this point. You're supposed to be a defense attorney acting like a diva that can't take anything seriously. Yeah, and she uses the death of her sister to annoy Detective Bad? That's kind of weird. I'm guessing the two weren't that close. Speaking of Mr. Bad, he and Mr. Faraday, I say they met up just about every single time the Yatagarasu made a move. It was practically a given those two would meet up at every one of the crime scenes. I see, you did mention he's in charge of the Yatagarasu investigation earlier. Maybe I should ask her what she knows about the Yatagarasu in more detail. You claimed the time of the murder you were with Detective Bad. But don't you always usually discuss the trial with your clients during recess? We do, and that's what I was planning to do. Mr. Faraday was being rather threatening, and he dragged Mr. Rell away. After that, Mr. Bad came into lobby number 1, so we stayed there and talked. And what did you talk with Detective Bad about? Nothing interesting. I just insulted him some. Talked about how the trial was going, and then I insulted him some more.
But when she's not laughing, her mouth seemingly spews nothing but insults.
She's fucked in the head. Could be both.
Anyway, Mr. Bad and I were in defendant lobby number 1 when the murders occurred. So I can't tell you anything about the hallway or lobby number 2.
Yeah, I see.
Tell me about Mac Rell, the man, not the fish. And I'd like to ask you a few questions about your client, Mr. Mac Rell. Now, your client first claimed to be the Yatagarasu, is that correct? Yeah. Once I heard he was the Yatagarasu and made off with the evidence from KG8, I began to ask Mr. Rell all sorts of questions, but to no avail. So Mr. Rell was not the Yatagarasu. He had just made that up. He made it up. Mr. Ryan's call is caught on tape by security cameras, but there is no footage of him sneaking into the Cadofian embassy itself. Hold on for just 1 second. So do you mean to say you knew he was not the real Yatagarasu? And that he was just another cold-blooded killer and you were ready to defend him? Yeah, that's right.
Okay, well, in fairness, that is her job, so.
I see. So a defense lawyer is actually just someone whose job it is to cover for criminals. Well,
and people accused of crime.
That's why defense lawyers are so detestable. But they're not much for us Von Karmas.
They play into that a bit more in, I think it's Spirit of Justice, the Defense Culpability Act, that states if you're a defense attorney and your client is found guilty, you are also guilty of aiding and abetting. Really fucked, but, you know, the whole idea is you're in a foreign country.
Ha! I don't believe it, you're serious. I'll just save the face for something really worth being serious about. And Edgeworth, do you remember what I said earlier? I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for leads regarding KG8 incident, alright? And for that, you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer. Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rell was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him ever. So don't you dare suggest I was going to.
I'm sorry, forgive my rashness. Alright. Way to not do your job.
Miss you. I was wondering if you could tell me about the Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu. I don't really know much about the character myself, but I do get a lot of consultation requests from companies to defend them. Requests from companies? Yatagarasu isn't some petty thief out for money, you know. Alright then, perhaps the Yatagarasu is in the business of stealing people's lives?
Yeah, he wouldn't be called a thief, he'd just be called a murderer or an assassin at that point.
Not very funny or witty, are you, little Miss Von Karma?
Got her.
Francesca, be careful about who you whip. Just careful you... Ah, fucking... There, I chose carefully, just like you wanted. That just now was hilarious, little Miss Hag. Of course it was. What's wrong with these two women? Why does my pain give them delight?
Me looking at chat at any given moment. Just fucking... That's my life right there. You could fucking screenshot this right here. just have it follow me around, like over my head, on my shirt. That's my life. My pain gives women delight. That is my entire relationship with women. Everybody, even cold-blooded killers, deserve fair trial and fair defense. Otherwise, it's no better than what's it called? A banana court, monkey court mock trial. Kangaroo court is the term you're looking for. It is a kangaroo court. I looked up the origins of that. They're not actually sure where it came from. The idea is that because Australia was a place where they sent criminals, it was already a pretty fixed trial, and therefore it was a kangaroo court. And, in the end, what is the Aragrasu? I have to say I've never even heard of this thief, even when I was in Germany. It's kangaroo court, yeah. The Aragrasu deals in information, namely digging out dirt about backroom dealings and the likes of companies. Aragrasu is a vigilante who steals such info and makes it public for all to say. Vigilante, you're not the person sounds just like another criminal to me. I suppose you could put it that way, too. But either way, I get a lot more clients now, thanks to the thief. I think Miss Yu is profiting nicely. Hey, fair enough. Good for her. I've got all I can out of Miss Yu. Should move on and speak with Detective Gumshoe. Alright. Detective Gumshoe! Hey, it's you, pal. You're here. Ow! As am I. He hadn't gotten to you yet. I don't think you needed to whip him to let him know that. I didn't do it, pal. I swear on my honor as a detective. I really didn't. Your words are useless. I place my trust only in evidence, detective. Once the investigation is fully over, and should we find out you are the killer, there'll be no mercy to be had for you. Have a heart, pal. But you're not worried, right? After all, you have nothing to worry about if you really are innocent, that is. That's right. Hey, pal, go do your perfect investigation and get the real killer for me, will you? I would have done so even if you had not requested me to, detective. So you and Mr. Faraday had a small meeting last week, did you? And what exactly did you do to make him so angry? I just asked Detective Bad the same thing myself, pal. Turns out he was mad at me because my very first day as a detective, I reported in my usual post instead of Criminal Affairs Department. That doesn't seem that bad. Like, okay. Oops. But, like, already we know Gumshoe's a bit of a bumbler. But, like, okay, maybe he should have been excited for his first day and, like, been there bright and early, shoes shined and all that, starry-eyed, his first day on the job as a detective. But, like, it's not the end of the world. Why was he mad? Oh, I'll wait for Penguin, so the ad's not in the way. It's not the end of the world that this guy went to his usual post, I presume as a beat cop, instead of the Criminal Affairs Department. That, like, at most slowed down his first day by an hour? That's, like, barely anything. But while we wait for Penguin, I can have this last bag of fruit snacks in this box I have. Box of 40. Love a fruit snack. And I tell myself it's healthier than, like, you know, candy. Wow, it is. Look at that calorie count. A lot healthier than just, like, chocolate, which is my usual go-to. Not as many oranges as the last one, but we do have oranges. Guys, we have oranges. Easily my favorite flavor within this fruit snack pack. But not my favorite fruit. That'd be Stephen Fry. Jokes. Nah, favorite fruit's either lemon or lime. Love that citrus. I wonder if there's like a lime Welch's fruit snack or a lemon Welch's fruit snack. There's an all berries one, which I think is a waste of fucking time. Welch's fruit snacks. Citrus. The fascinating part of the stream. Apples, cherries, grapefruit. Just berries, kiwi, pineapple, and it's like a tropical fruit. Oh, this one. What's this one? Citrus medley. Now that's a thing. They got, well, they have orange and lemon, but they also have what appears to be grapefruit, cherry, and apple, and blueberry. Whatever. Hey, if I can get lemon and orange, I'm definitely going to be looking for the citrus medley one. Chocolate's fatty and fat has twice as many calories per gram as carbs, aka sugar. Well, yeah, I mean, listen, I knew they were healthier. That's not exactly out of my realm of intelligence. Seems like a bit of an oopsie in its first new day on job, a little mix-up. While weird, it's understandable, now reason to be furious. Yeah, he's furious and docking his salary because I waited for Penguin for this. Penguin, I waited for you. He was furious and mad because he reported to his usual post instead of the Criminal Affairs Department. Which does not seem like a big deal.
By the time I got down to Criminal Affairs, I was really, really late.
Yeah, again, that's like late by an hour at most, right?
That's when he gave me that huge speech.
I remember doing the same exact thing in elementary school. On the first day of school every year, I'd always wind up at my old school classroom.
Yeah, it's just like force of habit, right? A pathetic detective to be compared to a mere school child. Well, come on, man. That's not that bad. You claim to be standing guard in front of the door to lobby number 2 during the recess. However, when did you receive the order to do so, and from whom?
At around 3:20. I'm from Detective Bad, pal. His trial took a really crazy turn. I was told to make sure nothing happened to Mr. Faraday.
And yet something did happen to him, correct?
Your supervisor hates you partially because you were 20 minutes late your second day because you got lost. Oh. Wasn't that over a year ago? I feel like that's a bit of a, like, I'm gonna bet doesn't remember that. It was over a year ago. Besides, if that was true, we'd have a certain other coworker that our supervisor would really, really dislike.
Your words sting worse than your wit, pal.
So it was Detective Bad who ordered him to stand guard, Now then, Detective Gumshoe, is there anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nope, not a thing, pal.
In that case, let's take a look at what you're carrying on your personage.
Ah! Wait, you can't do that!
There's nothing of any particular value here.
Well, my handcuffs and badge were confiscated by Detective Bad, so, you know.
And what is this open envelope I see sticking out of your coat pocket?
Ah, hands off, pal. Just show it to us already. No!
Annual bonus check within $5 total. You got an annual bonus of $5? Hey, Clover, listen. Our supervisors will never hate you as much as the people that hired Gumshoe. His supervisors hate this guy. This man is suffering every day of his life.
You've had your look, now give it back, pal. It's my first bonus as a brand new detective. I just got it and cashed it today. I had literally no cash on me up until I did, you know.
There's no reason to get into a yelling match with dude in front of the whole precinct docks pay. Yeah. Like, hey, listen, be like, don't let it happen again. That's a warning, a verbal warning, but that's it. That's all you do. Verbal warnings are meaningless. If you're really an asshole, you write him up. But that's like, I think even the most strict, prickly, thorny asshole of a supervisor would write him up. That's the most they would do. That envelope is really, it's not like he even overslept. He was just in the wrong spot. That envelope is special to me. He treasures the $5 envelope.
Now give it back to me.
You don't need rubbish like this. Don't worry, we'll throw it away for you later.
How could you?
Annual bonus literally had no money on him until he cashed his $5 bonus check. Oh, what a sad man. I'm sorry, I need to take him in for questioning now. I think I've asked him just about everything. Kill you? Oh, what happened now? Has a meteor struck you? Has become a suspect? There's one piece of evidence I should reconfirm. Officer, I ask that you wait a second. I still have one thing I'd like to reconfirm with Detective Gumshoe. Understood? Make it brief, sir. Poor Gummy, yeah. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. I must confirm whether or not his testimony about where the crime occurred is the truth.
It's a bookshelf, is it? What's this? Judge's Trial Exchange Log. It appears to be a journal where various judges share their thoughts and ideas. Real daily lives judges lay out here on these pages. There's nothing about the court in here. It's just page after page of unrelated drivel. Judging by the content, they're all very enthusiastic about the courthouse's daily menu. Been a backup for 15 minutes and still a 10-minute slowdown. Oh, traffic. Yeah, it was bad on the way home. I saw like two things. I saw like 3 car accidents on the way home, not actively happening in front of me. They were off to the side of the road. But no, there was a dude. I'm driving along the highway and suddenly the cars are slowing, like to the point that I'm going around and I'm like, what the fuck? Why are we going slow? There's a guy on a motorcycle like driving slow and flipping off the car behind him, like actively flipping him off and swerving to stop him from going around. Everyone else can go around. This motorcycle dude was just driving slow and flipping off the guy behind him. I don't know what the fuck happened there. I don't know how it resolved either. I sped off. But like, guy on bike, get the fuck over it. Get over it and go. You were going like 20 miles an hour on a highway. You're the asshole. I don't care what the other guy did. You're the asshole. It would appear the fried oysters are a favorite. Ooh, fried oysters. I have no use for such foolishly foolish words from foolishly foolish crowd. Someone assure me this is not the true state of the country's judiciary. I need to have a word with Gumshoe. I guess I present the evidence. His testimony. Told me earlier you heard no sound other than gunshot out in the hall. Is that correct? No mistake about it, pal. You're also claiming that no one passed through the hallway either. Is that also correct? Yep, not even a single ant passed through the hall while I was on duty. You do realize the lie you're telling is only making your life more difficult for yourself? Huh? Oh. But it's true! I didn't see anyone go through the hall, and I didn't hear anything else, pal. I bet the killer found a way to kill the 2 guys. That's beyond what even I can imagine. So he intends to continue telling this ridiculous lie. But why would he do so, given the situation he's in? I believe a thorough investigation of the hallway in front of the defendant lobby is in order. So look who it is. Ah! You! Oh, so it was her. She just kicked my butt. Ah! How could you have not noticed that's coming? Wasn't that the child I changed money for earlier?
Thanks. This is exactly what I needed.
Kids. Sometimes be so cruel.
Looks like she dropped something. A Swiss roll. A courthouse special. Swiss roll dropped by the mysterious young girl. Says courthouse special on it. Now I want, oh god, I want a chocolate roll with like a vanilla cream filling. Ugh.
Maybe we should arrest the girl. She might turn out to be a valuable lead.
I believe some sort of punishment may be dealt to the next time we meet. We were going 15 minutes ago, he's still 20 minutes away conservatively, depending on the backup. Woof. This whole third-person killer thing is something you pulled out of your ass and you should let it go. But then it's not perfect truth, is it? Also, if he did, Gumshoe would be arrested. And spoilers arg, that didn't happen, so... I believe I asked all that I need of this man. Now then, now for the detective bad and the judge. Have to confirm who is correct. Is the judge or that scruff face, right? I suppose we can inspect the hallway in front of the lobby number 2 next, then. I suppose so. Shall we head over, Francesca? Here we go. Oh, look at these vending machines. I bet there's gags aplenty in them. There's a guy searching under one as well. I see, what do I see in these vending machines? Several drinks, what looks like a hot dog, fast foods, and milk. Hot dog, jerky, sandwich, juice, milk, and a Swiss roll. Also, there's like a small army of ants moving like up the bench there. He absolutely let the ants in. So, did you see anything else? Why would Gummy be arrested? 2 fuckers killed each other. Gummy wouldn't be at fault. Yeah, but the current theory they're operating under is that he killed them and staged the crime scene.
No, I don't think so.
I want a ho-ho. True. Or like one of those chocolate donuts, the munchkins, the mini donut holes.
I see. Well, thanks for your cooperation.
Oh, it's nothing.
Just doing my duty as a defender of the law.
That'll be all for now. I'll ask again if I have any other questions.
Anytime, detective.
He fluctuates from Southern to Boston on the fucking flip of a dime.
Now, if you excuse me, I have a few loose ends I have to tie up. Oh, you're that new prosecutor Mr. Von Karma recommended, right?
My name is Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor.
And I'm Benford Von Karma's daughter, Franziska Von Karma.
Can't remember the last time you had a donut. I mean, I can't either, but that's because I don't really, like... It wasn't that long ago, and it wasn't particularly special.
I'm set to become the successor of my genius father any day now, Your Honor.
I see. Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by Mr. Von Karma, Miles Edgeworth. Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by Mr. Von Karma, Miles Edgeworth, and Miss J. Ah! I bit my tongue.
Are you alright, Your Honor?
Please feel free to refer to me as just Miss Von Karma, Your Honor. As for him, just Edgeworth is fine.
Apparently somebody doesn't feel I'm worthy of a proper title.
Yeah.
Oh! Very well then, I shall call you Miss Von Karma and Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Your Honor, Mr. Edgeworth is fine, sir. Now about your earlier testimony.
Yes, what about it, Mr. Edgeworth?
Now I'd like to ask you a few questions about what exactly you saw.
All right, after all, it's my duty to clarify my testimony as a defender of the law.
I greatly appreciate your cooperation, Your Honor. Now, the first thing I will need to do is figure out that detective's exact movements. Well, before we talk to him, let's look around the hallway, shall we? I definitely want to look at these vending machines.
It appears this vending machine sells snacks and various other foods.
Just lovely. What will they think of next? Don't be a jerk in court with these beef jerks. One packet for $9. What the fuck? For beef jerky out of a vending machine? People are assholes. I know! Who set that price? Defendant's fresh milk. I beg your fucking pardon? Defendant's fresh milk. Yeah, I will not be having that. 1/2 pint for $7. Yeah, I'm good, actually. I think I'll stick with the orange juice.
Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end with these.
$6. What the fuck is this vending machine? They're awfully overpriced. Yeah, they really are. Like, what the hell? A pint of milk for half a pint for $7? The lineup is simply awful, period.
Speaking of snacks, I wonder if that Swiss roll little go drop is from this machine.
I was wondering about that myself. When you're in hot water, you might need a hot dog. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Yeah. Looks like the slogan was decided through a public contest. Oh my god. And the winner was Prosecutor Winston Payne. Why? Why is Winston Payne entering a contest for hot dog slogans? What reason? What possible reason? What are you doing, Winston?
What a pathetic slogan. No presents at all. If it was up to me, it would have read, if you leave matters in a Von Karma's hands, everyone in court will be found guilty, dogs.
Well then.
Objection!
Overruled! It's not a good slogan either. Guy cuts past everyone, including people cutting past in the shoulder in the grass. Oh my god. Don't be a jerk in court with these beef jerks, I say.
Objection!
Miss Edgeworth, wouldn't you agree that it's a very clever pun?
No. Do you really think they put that much effort into the product name?
Even a foolish fool can understand the foolish thinking of a fool who made it up. Apparently so foolish that I got so thoroughly mad I am now utterly famished.
If you want a pack of these, all you need to do is ask like a normal person. Don't let the prosecution and defense make a ham sandwich out of you. Oh, for God's sakes! Sounds like it's directed at that ham of a judge. But it certainly isn't directed at me. I can outmaneuver him any day. Because I won't let him be the third person to cut in front of me.
So being an improper Oscar wasn't enough pain, had to demonstrate shittiness and slogans? Yeah, apparently. When it's looking bad, blind your opponent with some OJ. What the fuck? Are they promoting violence? Yeah, what the hell is that slogan? What do you mean, blind your opponent with some OJ? That doesn't make any sense. Don't worry, my whip will make sure anybody following this advice won't be for long. Compared to the sting of the whip, the sting of orange juice might not be so bad. Hey, is it looking bad in court? Fucking throw this orange juice in his face. What? Defendant's fresh milk. What exactly is that supposed to mean? Yeah, thank you, Edgeworth. Clover's going through it right now, and I'm also going through it, but for different reasons. Defendant's fresh milk. What exactly is that supposed to mean? I bet it means the milk is freshly milked by various defendants on trial right now. Are we okay? Are we okay? What the fuck are you talking about? What is that supposed to mean, Francesca? Ah, the defendant on trial. Time for the milking. Guards, milk that man. He's on trial. What? No, I think it might mean this was milked right here from the various defendants. Not better! This is not better. You can't possibly be serious. Of course not. Oh my god. Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end with these. The end of what? I assume it means the end of the trial. I suppose that means one should eat these during a recess. You can't eat during a trial, so I suppose it's the only time you could eat them is now. I wouldn't mind if you wanted to eat one. They come in packs of 2, after all. I'm in the middle of investigation. Besides, I don't have $6 on me. I wonder if we can pool our money and buy a pack together. If I have to split with you, then I don't want it. Insane. What an insane vending machine. Like, how dare it exist? Doesn't look like there's anything contradictory left in this area. I suppose not. Perhaps I should check elsewhere. Oh yeah, this poster. I want to see his poster. He's making a most ridiculous looking face. That may be, but at least he doesn't look like someone who would tell a lie on purpose. I suppose, but to Karma, evidence is the only thing that carries weight. And of course, at any rate, this poster seems to be of no use to us right now. Young judges for justice. It's ridiculous. Insane. Still, I expect every suspicious looking nook and cranny. There's the room across, the trail of ants, the cactus, the popped balloon, or whatever that is. I can look outside, however, I doubt the killer could escape through here. Of course not. This is the 3rd floor, after all. It appears the bars are installed in this to prevent people from falling out. Bars? What bars? Can you not see them from your vantage point? What? Just remember not to bring up the taboo subject again. What, that she's short? It's like me and my wife. I'll point out she's short, and then she'll punch me in the kneecaps. And I'm like, damn, where'd you learn to uppercut like that? What's this? It's a pink-colored piece of trash made of rubber. It's a balloon, man. Come on. It's next to a fucking cactus. It popped. I feel as though I've seen something like this before. What I see is a piece of garbage. But you know, the fact that there's litter running loose inside this courthouse is simply unforgivable. It's not like I'm the one who littered. Rubbish belongs in the rubbish bin. Stop whipping me! Bitch gave you the meanest stag face where you're letting her in, so you just refuse to let somebody else in. Oh, the woman. I see. Yeah. Boy. Chose an unfortunate time to leave, it seems. The ants are hard at work carrying their food home. It's a marvel they can pick up such comparatively large objects for their size. Now, if you want to carry the mighty Von Karma name and not be squished under it, you better work extra hard just like these ants. The same goes for you, Francesca. We've got a handprint in whatever this is. What is these black speckles? I believe it's a pile of ants eating away. Oh, is that detective? He claims not a single ant slipped by him, and he clears a whole hill of them. Why are you hitting me for? A replacement for that pathetic detective. Perhaps I should add this deduction to the detective's growing tab of pay cuts.
If you left any sooner, you'd gotten rush hour. True. Nasty accident, 2 cars being towed. Woof. Well, fortunately, once you're past it, that usually breaks as everyone gets on their, gets moving and, lanes are opened up again. From the look of it, it's sweet smell. It's a piece of cake from chocolate Swiss roll. When they say Swiss roll, I think of the, I think they're a hot chocolate company, Swiss Miss, or cocoa company. They close 2 lanes. Yeah, I mean, they'll do it. The courthouse is to be kept pristine at all times.
Hang it! It wasn't me who dropped the food on the ground. The courthouse must be kept clean.
It's just like the women in my life. I've done nothing wrong, and yet they're abusing me, and I can do nothing because they think it's funny.
Edgy and Frenzy are bang on about drinking fresh milk from defendants. Clover's having road rage. It's a weird stream.
It is a weird stream. I feel like Clover would be losing her shit over this vending machine any other day of the week.
The dirt on the bench, it smells like some sort of sweet substance. I can't believe there's something going around dirtying the courthouse. For shame.
Hold it!
Calm down, Francesca. Take a good look. Doesn't the smudge look like a handprint to you?
I suppose it could be.
Which means perhaps we can lift the prints of the person who sullied this bench.
I see, and then we'll know who the identity of our mysterious slob is.
You're also going through it? True! Like, you're going through it in a much more real sense, and you'd much rather be at home reacting to these insane fucking vending machine choices. Every one of those was a gem. Down to Winston Payne making a slogan for hot dogs, violent orange juice, and fresh milk from a defendant. Like, ugh, all of it's so weird.
You there, lab technician. Could you please find out who this handprint belongs to?
Sir, yes, sir. The results of fingerprint analysis, sir. And do we know who they belong to? Sir, the fingerprints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Oh, interesting. Good work, officer. Well, that would suggest he was just sitting on the bench then.
There you have it.
Yes, I suppose so.
Now we know essentially of the person who dirtied this bench.
Since you and I will be using this information in very different ways. Oh, and the bench itself. They completely closed a crossover? Oof. From, like, the express lanes, you mean? Or, like, the, a shoulder, you mean? And supporting out of the hole in this bench as well. I wonder if inside this bench consists of nothing but ants.
Don't you dare continue with that gross line of thought.
I'm sorry. I believe that's everything. Yeah, nothing else. Right? No, yeah, there's something else. Oh, is it the cactus? Yeah, okay. Probably not the cactus. From south to northbound. Woof.
What's the matter? I pricked myself on one of this cactus's needles.
And the needles on this thing would be so sharp.
Well, what did you expect? Can you imagine how bad it would be if you were to hit your head on one of these? Anyways, this cactus seems to be unrelated to our case. Do you really think so? Because I believe this cactus sitting on this windowsill is completely related. Oh, then I look forward to your explanation on how exactly it's related.
I wouldn't mind a cactus. Easy to... Probably the pink piece of trash, if I had to guess. Easy to keep alive, those cactus. Not much water. They're usually in small jars. The pink rubbery substance I saw in a different form earlier today. I believe it's a piece of popped balloon. I suppose that's possible. The balloon probably got a little close to our friend, the windowsill cactus. That would be a logical conclusion, yes. No seen spooling around, found on the windowsill of a hallway window. Pen would hurt herself. True. I'd have to put it like where Pen can't get it. I've got some high up shelves she doesn't really have the ability to reach. I would prefer it on my desk, but honestly, if it was there, there's a chance I'd hurt myself on it as well. Oh, the vending machine, maybe? Swiss roll crumbs and vending machine selling Swiss rolls? Yeah, never mind.
These bits of chocolate and cake, could they not have come from a Swiss roll? A Swiss roll? Where would a courthouse sell a thing like that? It's in the vending machine. What do you mean? It may not seem like the right venue, however, it is being sold right over there. This is a vending machine. Ah, I see. Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end of these. 2 for $6! Talk about expensive. Honestly, it's a cheap... Well, actually, that looks like... Was that 4 ham sandwiches for $8? 2 hot dogs for $7? Those aren't actually terrible prices. The hot dog is, but 4 sandwiches for $8 ain't bad. I guess it's 2 sandwiches, right? Because it's, you know, a sandwich that's been cut in half. Cactuses, cacti. Cacti is the plural. Yes, they're easy to care for. Cactus is one of the few plants that do thrive in deserts. True. The plural is, yes, cacti. Or, if you're being snobby about it, saguaros. The fact that cake crumbs and chocolate bits are found in this hallway suggests they came from a Swiss roll that was purchased from this machine. I think I have a pretty clear picture of what happened here now. Naturally. After all, I'm here, aren't I? The gumshoe must have sat on this bench as he ate a Swiss roll. As he ate, he dropped it on the floor and sullied the bench. Ah! That gumshoe's fingerprints. How could he have not cleaned up after himself? How utterly disrespectful. Don't you dare whip me again. It wasn't I who made this mess in the first place. That is a species of cacti, too. It's pronounced saguaro. Yes, I agree. It's pronounced saguaro. My father from Arizona has informed me it's pronounced saguaro, so I'm going to go ahead and trust him on that one, Maryland. Anyway, if it was indeed Detective Gumshoe who bought this Swiss roll, that creates a rather interesting contradiction of facts. A contradiction there. We only had $5 on him, right? You're gonna look at the special courthouse vending machines in order. Yeah, it's a $6 price point, isn't it? But the man only had a $5 bonus check because he's the saddest human being in existence.
Eureka!
About Detective Gumshoe's finances, he said that until this morning, he didn't even have a single penny on his personage. Just how poor is that guy? If his bonus really was only $5, they should not have been able to purchase a pack of Swiss rolls. However, facts being as they are, we found cake crumbs on the floor. Your dad's from Boston? First of all, he's from Worcester. Secondly, he lived there until he was 3 and then moved to Arizona. I don't know why you think you know my dad better than I do. Also, the G between the vowels is Spanish is not pronounced. Ah, so it's saguaro. Got it. Meaning Scruffy must have bought a pack somehow. Indeed. Apparently someone tried to enter my Papa John's account, so unless it was my wife, someone tried to steal my credit card information from my Papa John's account. Better ingredients, better pizza, by the way. They've informed me they've locked my account until I reset my password. So, you know, that could also be spam. That could be a phishing email. I will have to look into that later. Am I from Boston? No, I was born in D.C. The detective should not have been able to purchase a pack, and yet he did. Question is, how? Sir update, organizer. Yep. Now then, I think I've investigated everything. Let's talk to the judge. Your Honor, I'd like to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. Where were you at the time of the murder? Sorry, I skipped that one. Do you suspect me of something? No, nothing of the sort, Your Honor. Very well. May continue with your testimony. I'm not the one on testimony. What? Ahem. Your Honor, it's your testimony I'm after. Oh! I had no idea you were chasing after me on my testimony.
I'm beginning to sense I might want to avoid being in a trial run by this judge. Hey, Edgeworth, literally impossible. Every single trial you participate in, bar 2, are going to be this judge. So, real sorry about that one. Ahem. That might be a scam. I occasionally receive emails like that. Yeah, I'm better going to the Papa John's website itself and dealing with it. Tell about the time of the murder, Your Honor. Let's see here. How shall I put this? When you get to be my age, you need to pay more frequent visits to the restroom. Ah. Oh, Judge. Oh, Judge. How right you are. Sorry, I'm checking something on my phone real quick. I know, riveting stuff I'm doing here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Ahem. If you go and take a look through the window at the end of the hall, you'll see a small window. That window is the men's restroom. In other words, you can see clearly into this hallway from the men's restroom. When I was going into the restroom, the detective, Gumshoe, is it? Ahem. Got his voice all wrong. Oh my! The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright for having murdered Miss Maya Fair. Well, he was standing in front of the vending machines buying something from it. What I was checking is where saguaro came from and why my dad, who's from Arizona, says it correctly and Clover doesn't. That's because the word is not Spanish, it's Native American. However, and this I couldn't believe when I was about to exit the restroom. There was not a soul in the hallway anymore. Your Honor, if you could please calm down and explain it to me rationally. Oh, I'm really sorry. Let me regain my composure. It was really suspicious. That's what my finely honed judge's intuition said. Check Discord. Well, now Clover's telling me to not play the game. Interesting. Southwest border, U.S. Mexico. Familia cactaceae? Cacticea? Oh, Latin. You make us all so confused. Anyway, I'm glad we agree Latin doesn't make any sense. It's saguaro. Although, well, until the murders occurred, I just sort of brushed it off. Oh. Apparently, this judge doesn't understand the concept of staying calm. The restroom window. I wonder if you can really see the men's bathroom from the window. From that one there. I mean, you can see. Yeah, you can. Oh, Francesca can't see. Got it. I wonder if you can really see the men's bathroom window from that one there. You can. I'm looking at it right now. I suppose that you show me this view at once. He just lifts her up and her legs are dangling. I suspect her height is what's limiting her ability to see. That's probably what I'm going to find from his owner. Mr. Edgeworth, may I return to my other duties now? Yes, I'm sorry to have held you up. Thank you for your cooperation, Your Honor. Oh, anytime, Mr. Edgeworth, anytime. These judges in this country seem rather friendly. Yes, if not a little wishy-washy. However, I heard that they are known to hand down very fair verdicts. Do you? Isn't that guy's nickname Judge Fickle? Ain't it bad I have something to wish to inquire about? How about doing some actual vacuum? I wish to inquire about Detective Gumshoe's movements during recess. You're getting in the way of the investigation. I have an order from Miss Von Karma himself. Please, I'm still in Hode investigative authority. Gumshoe bought a roll and sat down on the bench. Judge might not have seen Gummy depending on the view. True.
And with the whole K thing, I'm gonna bet K got $1, combined it with Gummy's 5, split the Swiss rolls, the balloon popped, Gummy was sitting down, Judge looked over and saw him just not there because he was sitting on the bench. Case closed. So I hear you were the one who called Detective Gumshoe to come down here. Faraday. That guy. It is constantly shifting between Cowboy and Brooklyn. It's very annoying to me. That guy was just accused, you know. I knew something was gonna happen. My detective's instincts told me. There it is again. A lot of good it did you. You couldn't even protect one lone prosecutor.
Hold it!
Like a reasonable timeline for what happened, actually. Yeah. Francesca, I think you need to apologize. Ugh, I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry, Detective Bad. Please continue. I used the phone on the first floor and called the precinct. I told them to send somebody over. And that detective's the one that showed up. And only upon his arrival did you set Detective Gumshoe to stand guard, Detective Bad? Yeah. I waited for him on the first floor. After we got here, we came up to the defendant's lobby together. Yeah, there they are. As we entered this hallway, we ran into you. That is the woman you, not you personally. She told us that Faraday was really mad. And that he dragged her off to lobby number 2 to have a word or something. And that Faraday had said to not let anyone interrupt them. So what choice did I have? All I could do was tell the big lug to stand guard outside. So what you're saying is the woman that had the motive to do something to both of them was left alone with them for a distinct period of time? Seems a little suspicious, if you ask me. Around what time did all of this take place? Let's see. I think it was about 30 minutes before I heard the gunshot. After giving the big lug his assignment, he never left the hallway. Not once. Oh, and how can he make such a claim? Spicy orange chicken is back at Panera. Oh, please, it never left. Orange chicken's the thing they're famous for. Do you think spicy orange chicken wasn't always there? If you asked them, hey, can I get spicy? They're like, yeah, we got you. Maybe not at the Pentagon where it's very different, but at any other Panda Express. One of the guards out of the floor's main lobby swore to me he did. The detective never left the hallway, then where did he disappear to? That's simple. He must have gone to lobby number 2, just as I suspected. You and I, we were in lobby number 1 next to the door. The only one without an alibi is Gumshoe. Would you seem I'm still missing some key pieces of information? Staring at a billboard that says it's back. Yeah, but how old's that billboard? Ain't it bad? You also heard the gunshot, did you not? Yeah. I heard it when I was in defendant lobby number 1. That's why I came running towards lobby number 2 together with you. How much time elapsed between hearing the gunshot and your arrival on scene? Less than a minute. What were your movements upon hearing the gunshot? I grabbed the big lug, just walking around in the hallway, and raced into lobby number 2. And that's when we discovered the bodies, in that order. That makes you the discoverer of the crime scene, yes? Yeah, I guess it does, little miss. I'm about to become a prosecutor very soon! You'll treat me with dignity I deserve, or else! Dodger. You wave that thing around anymore, and I'll have you arrested for obstruction, little miss. You wouldn't dare. Ha ha! Just joking. Acting bad is really something if you can make Francesca behave. Are we about done? Sorry. Need to use his payphone to call? I mean, he seems like an old school guy, right? And cell phones weren't super new when this game came out. It was 2007 when this game was released. If Gummy's able to go by, cops don't get paid much, but he can't afford a basic mobile phone. I'm wondering if the balloon popped loudly and people confused it with a gunshot. Oh, maybe. Wasn't here when you went to Maryland a month ago. I didn't go to Maryland a month ago? I'm gonna assume you meant I? The iPhone came out in 2007. Yeah, so cell phones were still fairly new. Glad we agree. Time, place, and situation. What was the situation? Correct. I went to Maryland. There you go. I'd like to know a little bit more about the circumstances in which you heard the gunshot.
Like I said, I was in lobby number 1 with you. I have nothing else to add.
Bill's testimony certainly corroborates what witness you said. I was already asked him about that, so remember. Should I ask him? Place he heard, that'd be there. I guess the time? I'd like you to tell me the exact time you heard the gunshot.
It was around the end of recess. The trial was about to start again, I think. He was supposed to make time for himself to transfer the evidence he was holding. But I got the sense he wasn't going to show for the hands-off. So I figured I should go get him, or he'd be late. And just as I thought that, bang! The sound of a gunshot hit my eardrums.
So he heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to restart.
Are we done here? I don't have any time to waste.
All sour in this backup? Jesus Christ. Oh, come on. All you're doing is standing in front of this door doing nothing. Nokia, Motorola, and full suite at this point. iPhones are simply next-gen smartphones. Yeah, okay, let's be fair here. 2007. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. 53-year-old men in 2007 were really up to date with their newest cellular devices. This bitch is wearing a pager, and you know it. And that's the highest tech he gets. I think in the sense he is somewhat investigating this crime scene. Or rather, he is keeping us under surveillance. But to what end? Ain't it bad? May I ask you to cooperate with us for a little bit longer?
I don't have anything else to say. The two of you. You guys were the ones who said you wanted to investigate in the first place.
Fine then, be obstinate. We'll just do as we please. Come, Myers. You may no longer be willing to help us. However, may I ask for the forensic scientist's cooperation?
Do as you like.
Yay. I believe I have a very firm grasp on what happened here. But I do too. All right, Francesca, would you care to share what conclusion you've come to? Why should I do that? Let's turn them to the competition, you know. We should be checking to see if your conclusions are wrong first, so you go ahead. It's almost cute that she's going this far to ensure she wins. Almost. Very well, but first we're going to pay his honor a visit to correct his testimony. And here we are. That was already save the game. Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to test your witness testimony and see how it stands up. You know me doing nothing else, move laundry so you have dry towels in the shower and bed. Fair.
Do you doubt me? Am I your new suspect? I'll never be taken alive, you bastard! Pulls out a gun.
In a sense, you could say that. Even your judge are nothing but a common witness before Von Karma.
Silence in the courtroom. Silence, I say! Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by Mr. Von Karma and Mr. G.S. Prosecutor suggested regular.
You bet your count again, didn't you?
Ahem. As a defender of the law, I could never give false testimony. You can even place me under oath if you want.
Very well then, your testimony, if you please. Alright. Should be halfway home by now. Jesus. I hope whatever you're going for is super important. Wouldn't surprise me if the judge pulled a gun. Yeah, it's actually just a starter pistol. He shoots it and a horse runs me over. Somehow, that's the logic the judge goes by. This is the most we've ever seen of the judge. His full body pixel sprite and like this sort of torso up shot of him.
During recess, I went to the restroom.
I mean, that's perfectly valid.
There's a window in the hallway on the side. In other words, I could see into the hallway. As I entered, I saw a detective buying something from the vending machine. But when I was about to exit the restroom, he had completely disappeared. A detective that goes missing while on duty. That sounds mighty suspicious to me!
I forgot he talked that way. Not really at all, except your shower curtain. Oof. Well, at least that shower curtain's gonna get some use. I probably need a shower, honestly. I need a haircut's what I need. I'm getting a little bit too scruffy for my own good. Need a trim. Your Honor, can you please try to remain calm?
Oh. I'm so used to simply listening to testimony, I got caught up in the excitement.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to spoil your fun now. What I saw at recess. Alright. That, I'll find the contradiction here, and then, I'll probably save and be done. Your Honor, why exactly did you pay a visit to the restroom, if I may ask? Edgeworth. He was reading a book. What the fuck do you think he went for?
Oh! Well, isn't it obvious? What else do you go to the restroom for? Or maybe, I knew it! You suspect me of some sort of tomfoolery, don't you?
Please take calm, Your Honor. This is going to be much harder than I anticipated.
I'm sorry. You're right. I need to think things through with a level head. I'm just nervous because so much has happened today with this trial. Let's see. I announced recess and a time for us to reconvene. But having done all that, I still wasn't able to go to the restroom right away.
Why couldn't you?
Miss Faraday had been accused, so I had paperwork to process regarding a new prosecutor. Once I had finished that, I was finally able to make a mad dash to the restroom.
At least he stayed consistent on going to the restroom part of his testimony.
He would make a mad dash too, his robes and beard flying as he runs down the hall.
Hold it!
Your Honor, did you really go to the men's room?
What is the meaning of that statement?
I simply meant that perhaps you went to a restroom on a different floor.
I'd go for such a long time. It was all I could do to dash to the closest one in the courtroom.
I suppose it's only natural given his circumstances.
I ran from the courtroom through this floor's main lobby and down the hall. Once you enter, you see a window just above the urinals.
That's a weird place for a window. I think you're more likely to get hoodwinked than to do it yourself, yeah.
Yeah. It was through that window.
It was through that window you witnessed Detective Gumshoe, Your Honor.
Yes, exactly! Your Honor, there's no need to yell. I can hear you just fine. Oh, I guess I put a little too much into that last answer.
Love the judge. Iconic character.
Let's continue with the testimony.
Hold it!
Vending machines. Are you sure the person you witnessed was Detective Gumshoe, Your Honor?
Yes, I'm absolutely sure. It's hard to miss someone of his stature, even from as far away as the restroom.
As a large gentleman myself, fair.
Besides, I can't think of anyone else with kind of hairstyle and big beige coat.
Well, I was simply wondering if you were mistaken in what you saw.
What? Preposterous! My eyes are sharp as can be, ready to see through lies to the truth. Although recently, things do seem to be a bit fuzzier than they used to be. Clearly his eyes are not the only thing that have gone fuzzy. But allow me to say that with all the honor and dignity of a judge, I am not mistaken in what I saw.
That wakes the restroom, he completely disappeared.
Hold it!
He disappeared, Your Honor. Didn't you just say? I saw a detective buying something from the vending machines.
Why, yes, I did.
I wish they would show it instead of this fucking map.
The restroom windows looked over the courtyard and right into the hallway. But, just as I was about to exit, I took another look and there was no one in sight.
Whoops.
That led to the only solution to this mystery. The detective must have gone into the crime scene in lobby number 2 at that point.
So he looked in the hallway from the restroom and over the courtyard, did he? If goes missing, that's mighty suspicious.
Hold it!
Your Honor, I ask you please remain calm.
No. I'm perfectly calm. Calm.
Did he say palm? I'm perfectly palm.
You're anything but perfectly calm.
It appears His Honor could not have been mistaken in what he saw. I suppose so, given his line of sight. However, Francesca, what do you suppose our line of sight are so different?
Referring to my height? Can't you hold that whip still for a second?
What was known as testimony. I believe his line of sight to be an important factor. Yes, well, Gumshoe was on the bench. Went to the restroom, his window, continued the hallway, machines, disappeared. It's got it. This is the only statement. It's certainly not going to be that suspicious, or I was using the restroom. So, the handprint? Gumshoe apparently sat here as he ate the Swiss roll, yeah.
Objection!
Yep, there we go.
See, it's good when the evidence makes sense.
What was that finger wagging for, Mr. Edgeworth?
Shoot me and put me out of my misery? No, but I will end the stream to end the rest of our miseries. That is going to be it for me tonight, everybody. When we come back tomorrow, more of Miles Edgeworth interrogating a judge, no less. The idea, the nerve of him. But anyway, until tomorrow, love you all, be good people. Talk to you later, you shrewd negotiators. See you around. Good night, everybody.